What is Battle Court Jai-Alai? The world's fastest ball sport, and so much more. Jai-Alai is played inside a 3-wall court that measures just 120 feet long by 33 feet wide. The game is played with a hand-woven wicker basket called a cesta and a Jai-Alai ball. The ball is as hard as a rock, and it travels around the court at an average speed of 150 miles per hour. Players will crash into the side wall or throw themselves onto the concrete ground without a single layer of padding just to get to it. Jai-Alai is like playing baseball if you had to catch and throw with just the gloved hand. And it's a rally sport, kind of like tennis, but much more dangerous.
Manny, there's a carom. Bradley on the move, breaking. He got there. Blast the forehand. Everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit by the ball.
Jai-Alai is played as a singles match or as a doubles match. The match winner is the first player or doubles pair to win 2 out of 3 sets played to 6 points.
Gaucheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gaucheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside.
What another
one.
made. Did it
He
again.
made it.
2 times back to back. That's freaking crazy.
Here's Gaucheri, 2-all return. Douglas reaching outside. Powerful forehand at the feet is missed for the
Point,
win.
set, and match.
Point, set, and match.
That's
Douglas.
respect.
Every point rally begins with a serve, then the players alternate catching and throwing the ball. While a point is being played, the ball can hit any of the court walls, but it cannot bounce twice on the ground. Simply put, the object of the game is to catch one more ball than your opponent, or better yet, to fire the ball so it can't be caught. When a player cannot successfully return the ball to the front wall, then 1 point is awarded to the opposition and the next rally begins with a new serve. A Battle Court game day consists of 6 matches, and the team that wins the most matches wins the day. Pick your favorite team, doubles pairing or singles player, and cheer for them all season long. Or up the ante and bet on it. Battle Court Jai-Alai allows for wagering on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. The ball is lethal, the game is lightning fast, and the action is limitless. This is Battle Court Jai-Alai.
And gentlemen, welcome to Battle Court Jai-Alai. Tonight's game day will feature the Fireballs and Warriors. And with that, I'd like to welcome everybody back to another edition of the Fall 25 Battle Court season. I'm Andrew Bleckman, joined as always by Stu Nyman to bring in tonight's contest between the Fireballs and Warriors. How you doing tonight, Stu?
Andrew, now that I've learned all the benefits of cryotherapy and not feeling well from a flu-like illness, I am doing much better, thank you.
Well, that's great to hear, Stu.
Still not sold on the concept, but, you know, whatever works for you.
We got a lot of time to sell you. We also have an action-packed day of Jai-Alai. More focused on that because the Fireballs and Warriors got the playoffs in the coming weeks, and they need these points to move up the standings and solidify their spot in the top 4. Fireballs and Warriors matching up for the 3rd time and final time in the regular season. The Fireballs have won both 4-2 back on September 25th and 4-2 on October 14th. Tonight, a little less favorable schedule, some would say, here for the Fireballs, but we're beginning here with Division 6 doubles. That will be Joseph and Cabrera against Correa and Gallo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin our first match of the game day. Joseph will serve for the Fireballs.
It may not necessarily look like a great matchup for the Fireballs record-wise, but of the 5 matches that were played previously this season, the Fireballs have won 4. The only win for the Warriors was Douglas over a Rotson single, so we'll see how that plays out tonight.
Joseph gets in there, makes the catch, back it goes. Gallo's there. Cabrera on the catch. Backhand from the 9 line. It's a backhand 2-wall that scores. Joseph and Cabrera first up on the board with a point. Joseph serves. Funny, we were just talking about that, huh?
You know, that is pretty funny.
Literally just talking about that.
We got the stats from our friends over at Robote Analytics about the backhand 2-wall. Cabrera, just 5 for 27 this season. That's just how many score. So it doesn't necessarily mean that he loses
lost.
those 22 that haven't resulted in a point, but still only about 16%, which is lower than most shots.
Powerful forehand by Gallo. Robote. Caught by Correa. Correa sends it back.
Ooh.
That's not coming out. 1-1. Correa serves for the Warriors.
Well, Correa's had a great season. Gallo's kind of been up and down. He really started slow, but as of late, he's picked it up. So now that this team is, you know, playing a little bit better as a unit, expect him to come a little bit more prepared for this rematch. I mean, surprised that Joseph and Cabrera handed Correa and Gallo their only loss of the regular season when they matched up before. And that was a straight set, a pretty decisive match in the Fireball's favor.
Fault. Overserve. Battle Court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. A good serve lands between the 4 and the 7 line. It's a good catch by Cabrera. There's the backhand. 2 points for Joseph and Cabrera. Joseph serves.
Yeah, clean miss by Correa up there, and then Gallo had a pretty good shot at it too. Just didn't have a lot of time to react.
On the wall the whole way. Correa picks the serve. There's the backhand.
Oh, yeah, that hit the rail. That's a good call.
That ball hit the rail, which is out of play. That's a 3rd point for Joseph and Cabrera. Joseph serves. We don't often see that.
No.
Ball has to stay in play, away from the overhead screen as well as the overhead superstructure.
Well, there's some metal there, and there's also some side wall, but it didn't get close enough to the side wall, and the ref was right on it.
Powerful forehand by Gallo. Robote left side by Gallo. Big bounce. Cabrera's there. Cabrera from the 8 line. Gallo on the catch. Big backhand by Cabrera. Gallo over the top. Joseph caught it on the forehand. Dropped it into the pad. The pad is bad. That's the 2nd point for Correa and Gallo.
Yeah, you like the fact that Joseph has the confidence to go for that shot, but you just hate giving a point away up there in the front court. I mean, Fireballs have built this lead, led by 2, and to give one away, particularly up there in the front, just kind of derails them. See if they can get back on track right here.
Good catch by Correa. Cabrera on the Robote, makes a save. Correa cuts it off. There's a drop shot. Joseph is on it, sends it back.
Oh,
a little too hard. That caught the overhead screen, which is out of play. It's a 3rd point for Correa and Gallo. We're tied up at 3-3. Correa serves.
Yeah, you like that. Cabrera just coming up to him, just talking it through, and just instilling just a little bit of confidence. I mean, first miss low, and then compensates, and then throws the next one just a bit too high. I mean, you hate to see it.
He made the catches.
He's overthinking it a bit.
He's more than capable of making the throws.
Cabrera just telling him to calm down. That's all he's got to do. He's making the catches.
Beautiful catch by Cabrera. Correa gets in there, backhand from the 7. Correa again. Low runner to the inside, scooped up by Gallo. Here's the backhand. Joseph makes the catch midcourt. Here's a hard throw to the backcourt. Gallo's there. Cabrera from the 12 line. Fine catch by Correa. Correa again takes it down low, sends it to the backcourt. Robote forehand by Cabrera. Caught by Correa. Correa for the 3-wall play. Joseph's looking for it. Just missed the Robote. 4 points for Correa and Gallo. Of the Warriors, Correa serves.
It's a smart shot. You know, you got to move him around, and Joseph has had trouble tracking that 3-wall really all year, and Correa, he's got a big right side, takes advantage. Gets it up off the back wall. That's well over Cabrera's head, so Joseph a little late to get out there and then fall down, can't save it.
It's a good catch by Cabrera. Correa gets in there. Backhand from the 9 line. Cabrera from deep in the backcourt. That's backhand 2-all.
Oh.
That lands out. 5 points for Correa and Gallo possible. Set point.
Yeah, went back to it. That one just stayed in the air a little bit too long. And Gallo praying. They survived the Cabrera backhand 2-all. Thankful.
Here's a catch by Cabrera, backhand to the inside. He's a very religious dude.
Yeah. So I've heard.
Joseph is there. To the forehand of Correa. Powerful forehand. Rebote coming out. Joseph on the rebote. He's up. Correa's there. Cabrera on the catch. Low runner to the inside. Scooped up by Gallo. Catch by Cabrera. Gallo powerfully from the left side. A rebote for Joseph. Joseph makes the rebote. He's up. Cabrera. Hard throw.
Good save.
Rebote forehand. Correa has this one as well. From the 5 line, sidearm Karam will score. Point and set to Correa and Gallo of the Warriors.
Yeah, Fireballs came out pretty strong. I mean, built the lead up to 3-1, but then 5 straight. The Warriors storming back. They win that first set 6-3. If you can here, here's a look at that match score. You see Alex and alongside Correa and Gallo over in the cage. You see Alex, let's see, just one time today, playing alongside Julian in Division III doubles. We'll give you that full slate now. Up next is Division II doubles with Lalu and Aratz against Douglas and Manny. Then we'll go to singles for 2. Ikeda against Julian first, then Aratz against Douglas. And then we'll finish with 2 doubles. There'll be first Urrutia and Cabrera against Alex and Julian, and then Lalu and Ikeda against Manny and Gallo. Those will be the 6 matches in order tonight. Between our first set here, Division VI doubles, Joseph and Cabrera taking on Correa and Gallo.
Quite a bit of feedback being given on both sides of the ESPN3 DraftKings players cage. Ikeda fired up, basically complimenting Joseph on the catches, but it's like, you know, nothing fancy. Don't put it near the pad. Don't put it near the overhead screen. I did hear something similar to that before the game day began. In a somewhat more direct, I would say, fashion. I can't remember who it was, but I did hear that voice really giving him a lot of encouragement.
I overheard it too. We'll see if they come back in the match. Maybe we'll ask and find out.
Correa getting a lot of feedback there on their side as well.
Yeah, all season long, this has been a really strong team for the Warriors. I mean, 6-1. Both of Correa's teams. I mean, 6-1 here with Gallo, 6-1 with Julian. So he's been their strongest player record-wise in doubles. If we have a moment, let's see if we can take a look at our standings, because important at this point of the year with just 3 game days remaining for the Fireballs and 4 game days remaining for the Warriors. The Warriors half a point ahead. So it's a pretty important day for the Fireballs here, because, you know, think about if they lose, it'll be 2 game days, and then you'd have 2 teams up at 6.5. That'd be a lot to overcome and put a lot of pressure on them late. So see what happens here. There's the serve, set 2, about ready to begin.
Fault, under serve. Second serve must be good.
And also with the Warriors too, 4 game days left. So there's a lot to decide. But if they can win tonight and move up into a tie with the Devils to 6.5, I mean, that'd really help their chances out as well.
Second serve by Joseph is caught by Correa. Correa goes straight to the outside placement, which scores. Correa and Gallo first on the board here in our second set. Correa serves.
And just going right back out to Joseph. Correa, right side, picks that serve and just fires it low and hard.
Just opens up his wrist straight to the outside. Beautifully thrown. Powerful backhand by Cabrera. Caught down low by Gallo. Cabrera in the corner. Backhand. Scoop deep in the backcourt. Correa comes cross court. Make the catch the 8 line. Correa again at the side wall. Makes the play. Ball tipped down low. First point for the Fireballs in the second set. Joseph serves.
Again, just testing Gallo in the backcourt, keeping it lower to the inside, forcing him to move up a bit there. And you see a missed ball. Ties things up early in the second set.
Correa picks the serve. Outside policeman scores.
Let's hope that he's all right. Second day in a row we've had a player hit out there.
It's point 4. Correa and Gallo, they lead 2-1. Joseph was hit in the box to take the serve.
Sometimes you say you throw it at him, it's hard to make a play, but taking it too literally here, yeah, I mean, he's trying to get out of the way. He's hopping and gets by the basket. And a lot of concern right away. I mean, you see players getting up from the bench.
Absolutely.
He seems to be all right, but an important point going the way of the Warriors. They jump back out in front.
Hard serve by Correa. Big backhand by Cabrera. Cabrera.
Oh, that's out.
Correa sends this one to the outside. Now to play 2-2. We're all tied up. Joseph serves.
Well, he's been playing under great control throughout this match, and that one just escaping him a bit.
Remember once upon a time I was having difficulty with Benny, and Bueno when they were all on the court?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this
is the Cabrera Correa.
It's tough.
Yeah, Stu.
It's tough.
Don't get me started.
I mean, it's really tough.
I looked at the schedule. I was happy that you were doing this.
Thank you. Here's the catch by Gallo. Powerful forehand follows. Cabrera is there. Big backhand passes. Comes out to the rebote. Correa is there. Scoop by Cabrera. Rebote forehand by Correa. Scoop by Cabrera. 2-all. Red end stopped by Correa. Hard throw on the return. A will score. 3 points for the Warriors. Correa and Gallo. Correa serves.
I really liked how low Correa kept the forehand. He forced Cabrera to make a play on it coming at him. He didn't let him choose the rebote, which, you know, he's proven that he'll go down to the ground and make these saves. But that's not coming out. Stabs with one hand and low percentage catch.
Here's the backhand by Cabrera. Taken on the forehand of Gallo. Gallo comes over the top. Cabrera backhand from the 11 line. That ball touched the overhead screen, which is out of play. It's a point for Joseph and Cabrera. We're all tied up 3-3. Joseph serves.
And Gallo just gave that one a little extra and then lifted it a little bit higher, sailed a little too far, and ultimately out of play.
Outside placement. Lands off the court. That's a 4th point for Joseph and Cabrera. Joseph serves.
I mean, just giving them 2 points back to back.
You know, you want the shot to score. No one's expecting an outside placement from the backcourt. I get that, but got to keep it in bounds.
And honestly, Cabrera had it called pretty early, too. I mean, he was on it.
Gallo on the catch. Powerful forehand follows. Catch by Cabrera. Rebote forehand by Correa. Cabrera picks it up on the scoop. Excellent catch by Correa at the side wall. Scoop by Cabrera. Gallo from the 13 line over the top. Correa's there again. Big backhand by Cabrera. Rebote coming out to the inside. Correa makes a save. Backhand. Gallo looks for the rebote.
Tough one.
Cabrera to the inside. Correa is there. Catch by Correa at the 9 line. Cabrera has this on the backhand. Low and hard to the inside. Gallo, forehand rebote. Keeps it in play. There's the backhand by Cabrera. Rebote forehand.
Oh, man.
Outside placement is outside of play. 5 points for Joseph and Cabrera. Possible set point.
Just some questionable decision making these last couple points. You know, the backhand getting away from him, it's not, you know, that's just a miss, and that happens to everybody. But the last two, the outside placements, I mean, shot one early, and then right there, I mean, that was a long rally. A lot of them have gone the Warriors' way, but just became impatient. Just like that, when it felt like the Warriors were in control, leading 3-2, the Fireballs have come right back in this set. Now a chance to win it.
Gallo takes that on the forehand. Big right side. Cabrera looking for the rebote. Split placement. Caught in the air by Gallo. Cortada by Gallo. Read by Cabrera. Cabrera on the backhand to the outside. Gallo. That 2-all is short. Point and set to Joseph and Cabrera of the Fireballs. 2 minutes go up on the board. We'll come back out and play our third and decisive set. I didn't recognize the voice.
Yeah.
Then I saw it, and now I do.
Yeah, I I can't believe the way that set ended. I mean, you know, the Warriors were totally in control, and then all of a sudden, I mean, the wheels just kind of fell off. A couple outside placements, you know, Bote there, and then, I mean, the backhand too. I mean, all 4 by Gallo there in the back, and Correa hasn't even left the court yet.
The tendency also now is for Correa to start going for a lot of balls, some of which may not, you know, try to take over play in the last set.
Yeah.
And he did a good job of it, and he's been doing a good job. His catching's been as good as it's been all year. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens in this third set. You're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Highlight Fronton in Miami, Florida.
And Ikeda doing a great job of coaching up Joseph, continuing to encourage him. You know, that's a good partner right there.
Absolutely.
Not playing today in Division 5, but still a couple matches left to complete their season. And there's Cabrera catching beautifully tonight in the backcourt.
As always,
You know,
I mean, just got a beautiful form, scoops, catching the ball in the air. Got the stew cam, which is me. Got Correa and Gallo right in front of me. It's an intense but friendly conversation.
Yes, certainly at this point of the proceedings. A couple last second thoughts here before they make their way out. Both players getting up. Warriors already out there. They're ready to begin this third set. As we are winding down this regular season, the playoffs in less than a month away. December 5th at both semifinals, and then our championship on December 12th.
We're ready to begin our third and final set for our first game. Correa has the serve for the Warriors.
And probably some frustration, too, for Correa, the fact that this team has already beaten them. They're only 3-4. This is their only loss. They want to get this win.
Good hard serve by Correa. Low runner to the inside, picked up by Gallo. Gallo's backhand kicks up and hits the overhead screen. That's out of play. First point of the third and decisive set goes to Joseph and Cabrera of the Fireballs.
Yeah, Correa just telling him the right things. You just got to shake it off. You can't worry too much about it now. If there's any concern with these backhands escaping, just keep them low, let Cabrera play it, and just keep the ball in play.
Gallo takes this on the right side. Powerful forehand by Gallo. For Bote, high and inside, missed the front wall.
There
It
you go.
hit the rail above the front wall, which is out of play. 1-1 in the third set. Correa serves for the Warriors.
Yeah, that one just sailing a bit high on Cabrera. Left side or Bote seem, non-suspecting, but just getting away from him. And then bending over, trying to stretch out that back. Wasn't moving great on Friday. Seems to be better so far tonight.
Definitely. Hard serve by Correa. Cabrera handles it. Correa at the side wall makes a great play. Cabrera in the corner with a hop. Correa makes the catch. Hard throw from the forehand. Stopped by Cabrera. On the wall, Correa's there. Backhand, 2-all the light touch. Correa stops it. Hard forehand on the return. Cabrera keeps it on the left side. Hard throw. Coming in. Rebote forehand. Has the distance.
Save.
Here's Joseph. Joseph has it. Outside. Placement scores. 2 points for Joseph and Cabrera. Joseph serve.
Well, there you go. Finally gets one to score up in the front. Joseph with the filo. Tostado straight to the outside. Comes up on Correa quick. Hard to react. Sneaks it by. 2-1 lead now.
Served by Joseph is good. There's a powerful forehand by Gallo. Rebote coming out. Joseph's there. Light to the inside. Correa. Fine catch. Hard backhand. Rebote forehand with a light touch. Correa's got it. Rebote forehand by Cabrera. Gallo's there. Gallo from the right side. Sends it back. Good catch in the air by Cabrera. Cabrera powerfully on the backhand. Gallo makes the save. Cabrera makes the catch. Backhand right to the corner. Out to the rebote. What a catch by Cabrera. Correa's there. Passes. Rebote forehand save. Falls short.
Short.
We're tied up 2-2. Correa serves for the Warriors.
Well, just a really well-played point. You see Gallo going more right side since he's made a couple of those mistakes and doing so very well. Seems to have a little more control, avoiding that overhead screen and putting him right on the wall or pretty close to it.
Beautiful catch by Cabrera off the power serve by Correa. Correa has a tip ball at the side wall. That is a 3rd point in the 3rd set for Joseph and Cabrera. He serves.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to... And when you're concentrating on it, too.
It's hard, Stu. But a long run, I mean, Correa goes the entire length of the court, tries to pick one off the wall. You know, he's proven he can do it, but just not that easy to make consistently. Lead, at least for the moment, back with the fireballs.
That serve is in by Joseph. Powerful forehand by Gallo. Cabrera, backhand. Passes. Correa on the rebote. Big backhand by Cabrera. Rebote forehand is saved by Gallo. Cabrera from the 9 line. Scoop deep in the backcourt by Cabrera. Backhand 2-all picked off by Correa. Correa sends it back. Cabrera catches it in the air.
Yeah, right to him.
Rebote forehand.
Hey.
Little
Wow.
miscommunication. Cabrera comes up with it
Oh, and they dropped
and
it.
scores.
What a point. Another one, Stu.
Yeah, I mean, like nail biters. It's like who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? I mean, that's literally what I was thinking.
Oh my goodness.
I almost announced it like that. It's like because Cabrera told him yours, and it's like, and no, mine.
It's like, actually, I think I'll take it. Right choice. 4-2 lead now. And another, he did it again.
Cabrera got it before the second bounce, caught by Gallo. Outside placement, stopped by Joseph. Joseph from the forehand, caught by Correa. Correa sends it back. Rebote, 2-all by Cabrera, stopped by Correa. Correa powerfully from the forehand. Rebote saved by Cabrera. Will score. That's 5 points for Joseph and Cabrera in the 3rd set. Possible match point.
And Cabrera doing just all he can in this 3rd set, trying to play most of the court. He was back in the corner, to save one rebote, up at the 5 line to save another.
Grimacing coming back to the service line.
Come off the court here for just a moment, but I think it's I don't know exactly what it is, but we're all good. He's back. And a chance to win the match right here, 5-2.
My, oh my.
This would be another huge win for the Fireballs, given their playoff hopes. Start off the day with a win, a little momentum, and they need it.
Correa's really looking for this serve. Puts just a little extra pressure on the server. Powerful forehand by Gallo, caught in the air by Cabrera. Cabrera powerfully from the left side.
Oh, it's a tough.
Will score for the win. Point set in a hard-fought match for Joseph and Cabrera of the Fireballs, winning 6-2 in the third set.
Comeback for the Fireballs. Quite the way to start the game day. 6-3, 6-2. Win the final 2 sets and the match. Up next, we'll move to Division II doubles. Lalu and Arats take on Douglas and Manny.
As soon as that high-lie ball leaves the cesta, you can't blink because every second is packed with action. Keep up with the world's fastest ball sport all game day long with bets on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. Find your favorite team or player and get in on the action with DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the World Jai-Alai League. The crown is yours.
There's that game day score reflecting the win by Joseph and Cabrera. Now 4-4 in the regular season. Here's our season-long standings again. The Fireballs at the bottom, but with a win, they would move all the way up in third place and inside the playoffs. We got our winners over in the cage ready to go, joined by Joseph and Cabrera. Say, second time you've knocked off Correa and Gallo this year, handing them their only 2 losses. What is it about this combination that you guys have seemed to figure them out?
I mean, every team in the division is the same. You play point by point, set by set. You can't think too far ahead. You can't look at records and stuff like that because anybody could beat anybody, and that's why we're in the same division.
Yeah, and Joseph, for you too, obviously, a couple mistakes in that first set, but you rallied back, played great in set number 3, and then off the court, getting hugs by all your teammates. What does that support mean from your guys?
Oh, it means so much. I'm glad with the teammates that I have. They're very supportive. After that first set, I got off the court, and, they gave it to me, in a good way.
The management staff
I
was
just told
giving
them
you
to trust me.
The management staff was giving you a pretty rough time beforehand, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. I threw a soft court tata, but it hit the pad. But, we bounced back after that. And, thanks, Stu, for keeping it simple.
The
Awesome,
win makes
guys.
up for it.
Great stuff to start off the day for your Fireballs. Good luck the rest of the way.
Let's go Fireballs. Yeah.
And up next, so we found out the mystery man, huh? It's who it was.
If you throw it on the pad, I'll kill you.
Division II doubles, Lalu and Arats representing the Fireballs. They will take on Douglas and Manny of the Warriors. Lalu and Arats 3-6 this season, so this will be their 10th and final match. Douglas and Manny just 4-4. These two matched up back on September 25th. And it was a straight set victory for Lalu and Arats, even though just a few behind record-wise. It's a Douglas and Manny team. I mean, it kind of, the Warriors go as they go. When they win, they seem to win the game day. When they lose, they seem to get ties and are mostly losses. So this is a big spot for them here. They can deliver. We are ready to begin our second match of the game day. Lalu and Arats serve to Douglas and Manny. There's a serve. We begin our second match with a backhand, high and hard, passing Arats. Lalu looking for the rebote, makes a save. Manny has it in the middle of the court, comes out on the right side, picked off along the wall. There's Arats. Douglas comes flying in, cuts it off with a 9, then sends it deep. Arats makes the catch deep in the corner. Once again, running around this one. Backhand to the inside. Manny steps up, makes the play. Aratz lost it for a moment, then the backhand got away. That's up in the overhead screen. First point goes to the Warriors.
Premium on passing. But that one clipped the overhead screen, side rail there, about just over the 8 line. I mean, really high.
That serve stayed low. Aratz picks it up off the floor. Backhand along the wall. Now Douglas comes in. Sends it deep. Robote along the wall for Lalu. That's missed.
It's a great serve by Douglas.
Yeah, 2 quick points now for the Warriors.
Rotz brought it in, but, you know, pretty low.
That is a low, hard serve, but an under serve. First fault, second serve coming up. Ball tipped inside there by Manny. That's going to get the fireballs on the board.
Pace of play has been pretty quick here so far. Douglas coming out firing on all cylinders.
That's an underserve. Second one coming up.
Lalu has that powerful serve. We've seen him bring several aces to the court. Not that one. Please don't.
Aratz keeps it on the right side, sends the forehand up. Douglas runs around it. Backhand high into that corner. Aratz comes out to the rebote. Lalu makes a save. Aratz comes charging in from the 9 line, sends it deep. Manny backing up, makes the catch. Keeps it high right along the wall. Aratz picks it off deep in the corner. Douglas comes in. There's a drop shot from the Costado. Aratz got
Good read.
there. High placement to the
Good
inside. Manny just did get it. Sends it deep. Now Lalu slides by Manny inside. Gets out for the rebote. That just clears the screen. Douglas, powerful one of his own, right up the middle. There's a backhand. Kick it off the wall. Douglas lines it up. Douglas moves in from the 7 line now. Low runner picked right off the wall. Aratz has got that one. Another drop shot. Look at the foot speed. Aratz now from the 4 line returns a drop shot. That scores. 2-2. I think some question as to whether it hit the pad, but I mean, both judges were on it.
Judges clarifying between themselves and clarification. I mean, middle court judge is clear.
Ooh. Serve goes through Douglas's legs. Manny from the backcourt sends it up high. Robote forehand tracked down by Lalu, shoots it inside. Douglas goes up, cuts it off. Now Aratz, backhand, drops at Manny's feet, watching it. Douglas comes in, left side Robote, picked off by Lalu. 2 wall, rifled in to score. Just like that, fireballs, 3 straight, they lead.
It's probably the hardest 2-all that I've seen Lalu throw.
Yeah.
I mean,
sent that one, huh?
Yeah, not just sending it. I mean, just really threw it super hard. But when you throw it hard like that, it has a tendency to, like, go out. That one didn't. Well done.
Powerful serve. Manny keeps it on the left side, puts it along the wall. Lalu gets back in there. Long rebote, left side, Lalu looking for the big bounce. Manny stops it on the forehand. This one takes Manny to the outside, makes the catch, comes over the top. Aratz backing up, makes the play. Douglas thought about it. Oh, Manny had to reach in front of his face, makes a tough grab, but sets up Lalu in the front court. Splitter, scoop
Beautiful
by
catch.
Douglas. 2-all. scores. Almost dropping low. That's 3-3. We're tied up.
Whose shout was that? I mean, it was pretty high-pitched. I'm curious. Who was that? Was that Lalu?
I think it had to be, right, as he was trying to track it down. That's usually the sound they make when they almost get there.
Beautiful play here by Douglas.
Tough serve, Aratz back beyond the 13, pulls that in. Douglas sends the backhand. Lalu gets it up at the 6 line, puts it inside. Dropping into that corner, Douglas has to go down and save the rebote. Low runner, Manny all alone, steps up, caught in the air, comes back over the top. Now Lalu. Low runner, Douglas steps in, crashes into the wall, floats it back. Aratz gets under it. Now Manny, 13 line, back inside for Aratz. Keeps it low. Along the wall, Manning gets up to it. Bote forehand for Douglas, kicks off the wall, right to Lalu's left side, the backhand. Picked off in the corner. Aratz runs around this one, keeps the backhand low. Manny, nice scoop. Now forehand from Aratz. Over Douglas's head, not gonna scoop it up. Manny has to reach up high. Looking for a big bounce of his own. Now Aratz comes in, cuts it off, shoots it up the middle. Douglas reaches back overhead. Great catch, that cross late. Aratz picks it off, sends it, now Manny. Passes with the backhand. Rebote tracked down at the 7 line, shot at Manny's feet, and the scoop is missed. 4-3, Fireballs retake the lead.
Scoops are tough in general, but back there at the 13 line, just when you're running out of space.
Yeah.
That was a high scoop on his right side. If anyone can do it, Manny can do it, but tough play.
Low bullet serve, Manny back it up, makes the stop. Aratz hesitant, Lalu has to come back and save the rebote. Now drops it between the Warriors. Douglas from the 10 line sends it inside. Now backhand along the wall, Aratz lines it up, sends it back. Manny reaches down. Forehand, just out of Lalu's reach, but he stays with it on the back end. Rebote clears the screen. Douglas works through some traffic, comes back and makes the rebote save.
Douglas's court positioning is just so impeccable.
Back inside, now Manny just beyond the 12 line. Lalu goes up, cuts it off. Douglas scrambles back, puts it inside. Now Aratz waiting for it at the 12. Douglas, nice catch. Hard backhand, Aratz steps around it. This one coming up the middle. Douglas forehand rebote, keeps it low, scooped up high on the left side of Aratz. Ooh, tough bounce. Douglas made the adjustment, lined it up. Now Lalu rifles the rebote. Manny out of the way of this one. Douglas goes down, sweeps it off the ground. Inside placement from the Costado. That is tipped. 5 points and a possible set point for the Fireballs.
Lalu's gotten back to that aggressive style of play that we saw earlier in the season, just really firing them. There was that hard Costado 2-all and that Costado to the backcourt. Really well thrown.
Hard serve, Manny just got up there, rips it off the side wall. Rebote forehand to the outside, scoop by Douglas. Karam, Lalu tracks it down, avoids the net, comes back over the top. Both players there. Douglas is the one that makes the catch. Rebote forehand, catch off the sidewall. Manny sends the backhand up. Aratz keeps it on the left side. That's sent up high. Passing into the corner. Douglas on the rebote. Oh, the backhand from Aratz got away. That is out of play. 4 now for the Warriors.
That ball took off, hit the overhead screen.
He's caught very well so far in this match.
Oh, definitely.
Said Division II Aratz is one of the best catchers in all Battle Court. Douglas picks one off the wall, fires the backhand well over Aratz's head. Robote from the 5, shot inside. Now Manny. Right back to Aratz, picks it up off the wall. Douglas tipped ball. Point and set. Fireballs win it 6-4. 2 minutes. Come back and play set 2.
Rare miss by Douglas there.
No, that's a problem sometimes when you leave your feet, and you always talk about it. You leave your feet, throws off the timing, and it looks like, looked like that was the case there.
There's really so many little things going on. I'm sorry, little things. There's, obviously players train for years in Jai-Alai. Many of the guys in this program were on the accelerated program back in 2018. But there's so many things that go into catching and throwing that you really just kind of don't pay attention to. And it's always, all the years around Jai-Alai, there's that phenomenon that I've noticed. Now, this is going back like 30 years, right?
Okay, yeah.
Of people in the audience, it's like, man, they're just like catching and throwing. Give me a couple weeks. I could be good at this. And it's like, a couple weeks? You need to rethink that one there, buddy.
Yeah, well, people always think, pretty highly of themselves. I was the same one. I was like, hey, I could do it. And the first time I got out there, I just hooked one right into the side wall. What are you going to do?
Well, that was the standard, challenge. In fact, always at Frontons, with the public, whack the wall contest. Bring people down. And, if they could hit the wall from the 11 line, hit the front wall.
Yeah.
From the 11 line, it was like, give them $500. No one ever did it. And then to the 7 line, it was like $200, and you wind up at the 4 line, $25, $50, something like that.
Yeah, you might get someone there.
The whack the wall contest.
All 4 players out there ready to begin this second set. Douglas and Manny hoping to reset. I mean, they got off to a great start, won those first 2 points, and then, 6 of the next 8 going the way of the Fireballs and the set. Just can't imagine here for the Warriors, coming in. It's tricky with the game days remaining because you feel a sense of comfort because you're like, oh, we have 4 game days left, but then you keep playing these matches and you don't win them. And the pressure starts to mount a bit.
It's like life in years. All of a sudden, you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s. They've gone by pretty quick.
I see where you're going. Still.
Yeah. Jai-Alai is life. That'll make a good shirt.
Oh, Lalu picks the serve, shoots a 2-wall. Douglas stops this one, comes back hard over the top, and no rebote to be played. Great start for the Warriors. Jump out first in set 2.
Look, it was just 2 great throws. Lalu played a beautiful 2-wall. Douglas got out there and just blasted it low. Great catch by Lalu. This is an excellent 2-wall, but that catch by Douglas is so spot on. He rifles this back.
That is an underserve. First fault, second serve coming up.
Ooh, that's an angry Douglas.
That's what I was thinking. It was a hard serve, huh?
I'm telling you.
Aratz handles from the outside. Takes it over Manny's head. Douglas, tough rebote, flicks it up blind. And it's tipped in the middle of the court. Lalu. Oh, second point now for the Warriors. 2-0 lead. Well, same place we were in set 1.
That's a man that knew what he wanted to do with the ball once he caught it, because that ball is just floating. I'm going to catch this. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to drop it inside, whatever it was. And then you don't make the catch. So tough.
Hard serve. What a play by Aratz. That crossed up. He made the catch, and it's tipped. Just like that, the lead's cut in half. First one for the Fireballs.
No shortage of heat out there on the court. There's definitely a shortage of heat in this building, but not on the court.
Only in the court.
Exactly. The ball's probably the most comfortable.
Aratz makes the catch up at the 10 line. Backhand stays low. Douglas coming back for the rebote. 2-wall.
Wow, beautiful by Douglas. That was really well done.
3 points for the Warriors.
It's the type of cold in here where my grandmother would have asked them, like, could you turn it up a little bit? Like, she'd be on her 4th. You didn't touch it, did you?
Just insistent.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But that 2-wall right there, spectacular. And the serve is tipped. 4-1, Warriors lead.
If it comes to your cest up there, grab it. If you have to reach for it, yeah, Douglas is capable of serving an ace, but you got a Rats back there.
Another hard serve, but Arats handles this one back at the 12. Robote, left side, powerfully turned inside. Tough scoop, but Arats makes it. Just out of reach of Manny. Robote forehand, played high to the inside. Arats steps out of the way. Lalu sends the Robote.
Good
Douglas
catch.
comes cross court. Nice play. Sends it up high. Now the Robote for Lalu. Keeps it low, kicks it off the wall. Manny makes the catch. Lalu. Again, this one riding the sidewall. Manny tucked out late. Douglas got it past the fireballs. Now able to attack from the 5 line. Shoots the philo. Scoop by Lalu. Cortada.
Oh, what a
scoop
catch
right
by
up
Douglas.
Man, oh, man. Rotate back inside. Manny's got this one. Comes charging downhill. Back over the top. Scoop by Arats now.
That was a high scoop for Rats.
Rotate fired just above the pad. Arats keeps it on the left. Puts it over Douglas's head. Manny comes in. Back over the top now. Lalu steps in front of one. Shoots the forehand low. Manny waiting for it in the backcourt. Lalu makes the catch up high. Robote coming out. Douglas from the 8. Kicks it up off the wall. Right back to Arats. Tough Robote. That came shooting out. 2-wall by Douglas. Got him
gorgeous.
again. 5 points and a possible set point now for the Warriors.
For Douglas to drop that 2-all in just like that, just
Again?
so well done. The pace of play was pretty aggressive. Look at that. Wow, just beautiful.
Blew out of the way of the server, Rotz. Nice catch all the way backed up to the glass. Now forehand. That caught the screen. Point and set. Douglas and Manny take it 6-1. We got a third set coming up in just 2 minutes. Oh, quite the response there by the Warriors. And, you know, with Douglas sometimes, it seems to be the case. Slow start at the first set, he just comes out firing. Looks like a different guy in set 2. And, you know, we'll see what comes out in set number 3 here.
We've talked about that for, it seems to me, a number of years now, that Douglas, I'll get it right one of these days. That
okay, it is his name.
But plays well from, plays well from behind. I mean, when he's got, maybe it's the pressure.
Paulina Rotz over there in the cage talking with Arutia, Andy Keita. She's trying to settle him down after that set got away from him. But a big third set coming up here, particularly for the Warriors. Don't want to drop into an 0-2 hole in this game day. The Fireballs could extend that lead and put themselves in a great spot to come away with at least some points. You know, that's just the key for the Fireballs tonight. You don't necessarily need to win it. They would love to win it, but a loss it would just probably, doesn't eliminate them, but that would really put a damper in their playoff hopes. See what happens here. Third set just about ready to begin. Douglas fired up, talking with Manny in the backcourt. And look at these guys too. I mean, they are ready to go. Not a referee in sight, huh? And these guys, I don't think they needed a break.
There is a break clock that the judges
Douglas
have.
hasn't left the court the entire match.
No, he's
quick consultation for the Fireballs.
He really wants to maintain the momentum that he has. Lalu composed. I'd say he's focusing on his breathing. That's what it looked like, huh?
It's important. Third set to decide this match. There's a serve by Lalu. Our third set has begun with a backhand by Manny. Robote, saved by Lalu right along the wall. Manny goes up. Rotz, leaping grab on the inside over Douglas's head. Robote. You see Lalu now, kind of to the outside
Yes.
way more as Douglas is set up, not
he
giving
doesn't
him a
want
lot
to
of space.
does not want to get beat by another one of those 2 walls.
Scoop
What?
by Douglas, drops,
Ooh,
lost
off
his
his footing.
Wanted the cortada, but just gets off a forehand. Aratz powers one, and Manny dropped it.
Now, when you see a player off their footing, there's always that fear that there's an injury associated with it. But in that case, I don't know what happened. I think he just lost his footing.
Manny handles this one. Powerful serve. Back inside. Aratz goes up, makes the catch. This one comes in low. Douglas able to cut it off, then powers it.
Wow,
Comes
he threw
shooting
that
off
hard.
the back wall. Walu steps in front of it and saves the rebote. Now Manny lobs it up high. Takes Aratz out of it. Lalu tracks it down at the 7, puts it up the middle. Manny's got this one. Aratz lines it up in the middle of the court. Low runner again. Manny picks it up off the ground. Comes over the top. Lalu, what a scoop. Manny ducks out of the way late. Douglas fires it above the pad. Lalu, inside placement. Manny all alone.
Did he? Whoop.
Yeah, I mean, that came shooting off the back wall. It was missed. Second point for the Fireballs. Unfortunately, the Manny didn't get hit by that, too. That was a...
I mean, it looked like he was throwing it hard here, like here, about the 7 line.
I don't know if
But
this
then when
does
it got
just-
back to the corner, it just,
And then it opens up, too, because of the spin.
wow.
right into his
I mean, that
kneecap.
was hard.
That is an underserve. First fault, second serve coming up.
I don't care how hard you throw it. You got to get it between the 4 and 7 when you serve.
Robote left side, hard to the inside, picked up by Manny. Robote left side, here's Aratz, forehand from the 10 line. Kicks off the sidewall, dropping low. Douglas lays it up, slows things down. Now Aratz backs up, makes the catch at the 11. Ooh, that one died in the corner. Douglas comes back, gets a bounce on it. Aratz climbs the wall and comes down with the ball. Now Manny, hard throw from the
Off the
11.
backhand.
Takes Aratz out of it again. Lalu, Robote, hard one just over Douglas's head. Not a lot on it. Saves a 2-wall. Lalu picks it up, takes a look,
Oh,
shoots
what
it
a
inside,
catch.
right to Douglas. There's the cortada.
What
and
a
Aratz
catch.
picks it up off the sidewall. Oh, and the Robote is missed. What a point there. Goes away the Fireballs. 3-0. They lead in this third set.
Douglas, 2 phenomenal catches. Lalu, a phenomenal catch. And Aratz. Wow.
Yeah, that catch off the cortada.
Whew.
Yeah, we can run this back. What a save here. Turns it into a 2-wall. Almost got Lalu because he's like, how in the world is he throwing a 2-wall from there?
Really well.
But made the adjustment, got the point. Lalu from the inside, powerful runner, picked up by Manny. Now Aratz comes flying in with the catch, backhand. Right between the Warriors, Robote saves back over the top. Douglas picks this one up, fake the 2-wall, put it inside. Aratz comes charging in. This one drops in the corner again. Douglas
Great save.
just really flicked it up. That's floating up high. Lalu patiently waiting, makes the catch, sends another one. This comes shooting off the back wall. Douglas gets a little more power on this, but Aratz makes the catch in the backcourt. Robote 2-wall. That'll score for Douglas.
Beautifully thrown by Douglas. Just really, really beautifully thrown by Douglas.
That'll get the Warriors on the board here in set 3.
Lalu having a discussion with Aratz. Yeah, that 2-wall just see it kick off the front wall.
Fault under serve. Second serve for Douglas. Lalu's got this second serve straight to the inside. Manny chooses
Great
the
save.
Robote and keeps it in play. Arats from the outside, low runner with that kicked up. Manny lines up another one, saves this one, but gives it to Lalu. Another Costado shot inside. Manny bails him out with a great catch in the corner. Robote forehand along the wall. Douglas keeps it low. Arats scoops it up. Hard backhand. Robote now for Douglas. Dropping. Arats running around it. Goes down to the floor to make the save. Douglas inside placement.
Great throw.
Spida scores. 2 in a row. Deficit just 1.
Catch by catch, throw by throw. The intensity is palatable.
Boy, just when they needed a run, you know.
Yeah, they seem to have it.
Douglas and Manny get it going. That's an underserve. First fault, second serve coming up. And Lalu picked the second serve on the previous point, too. Just couldn't do anything with it.
Oh, Douglas is everywhere, covering the court beautifully.
Can't get that one. Arats from the middle of the court. Sends it up. Manny! Whoa, reached up at the last second. Snatched it. Now Arats on a hop, scoops it up. Douglas makes the stop overhead. Blasts the backhand. Arats gets out of the way. Lalu. Hard rebote inside. Manny goes into the corner, comes out. Over the top, left side, the backhand. Manny all the way backed up to the glass, makes another catch.
Oh, what a catch.
Manny over the top again. Lalu, what a scoop up in the front. Blast the backhand. Now Douglas all the way up at the 5 line, tracks it down, keeps it inside, picked off by Arats.
Tough one.
Wow, Manny, chopping catch deep in the corner. Now Arats from the 9 line up a little further. Controls it. Manny able to step up. Manny from beyond the 13 line, sends it up the middle. Robote for Lalu. Puts it on the wall. Manny backing up. That is tipped.
That ball just kept curving and curving and curving towards the side wall. There it goes. Look at it angling right towards the side. Yeah.
Ugh, the whole way.
Manny tried to stay with it the entire way, just not able to make the catch.
What a bullet of a serve. Manny picks it off with a great catch. Douglas, great play along the wall. Costado to the inside. Arats makes the stop. Puts it back on the numbers. Douglas waiting for it. Robote just clipped the wall. Arats steps back. Fine catch there at the 10 by Douglas. Arats reaches deep in that corner. Douglas goes down to the ground. Lalu waits for it in the middle of the court. Costado hard inside. Manny lets it pass. Douglas comes back, lays it up. Lalu attacking. It's a drop shot, and it scores.
Smart shot.
5 points, a possible set, and a possible match point.
Manny was back around the 10 line on the move, but wasn't going to get to that. Douglas was outside covering the 2-all, or the outside placement, which is what Douglas has been throwing. Lalu, drop shot, really well executed. First bounce, second bounce, past the 4, not a problem. No one's near it.
That's an underserve. Second one for Lalu. Second serve is good. Gets by Douglas. Manny from the back. Picks it up high. Robote coming out. Shoots it up the middle. And he steps in front, makes the catch. Robote to the outside. Douglas, he's quick. He got out there. Cortada stays low. It's scores.
Beautiful throw.
Gives him life here. Third point and the serve.
Tremendous catch. Excellent court positioning to get out there. And the perfect throw. You have to throw it perfectly when Arats is back there. He stops everything else.
Arats lines that one up beyond the 13. Forehands dropping. Manny comes out high to the inside. Arats picks that one off from the 9. blast the backhand. Douglas still going. Puts it up at the 5. Kicks up the middle. Arats with the high scoop. Alou able to cut this one off. Backhand stays low. It's right on the wall. Douglas, tough one.
Great control.
Great save. Arats calls him off from the backcourt. Manny, oh, that's dropping again. Douglas, awkward save, gets it up. Alou, forehand, rifled in, and that scores for the win. Point, set, and match. The Fireballs, Alou and Arats taken in the 3rd set, winning 6-3. And the Fireballs, after a couple of shaky game days, they are out ahead 2-0 on the Warriors, but 4 matches left, still plenty of time to turn this game day around. The Warriors will turn to Julin up next in singles as he takes on Ikeda. Let's take a look at some replays from our second match. Hard fought. Drop shot there by Douglas, not droppy enough. Arats was. Bounce there by the floor line. And Alou moves in a little bit later. 2-wall. Douglas is there, but yeah. Kind of tough to make that catch right along the wall. Shoots one outside there. Look at that scoop. Right into the right side and then right back at him, Douglas. High scoop there by Alou. Low runner. Costado blasted to the inside. Oh, that one shot right back out at Manny. A little dangerous. At a point for the Fireballs. Douglas, Robote here. Makes a save, Alou, Costado, and then a little touch here on the drop shot.
No one near it. Very well done.
And this forehand looking to end it, gets it over Manny's head, and this kind of dies back in the corner. Manny goes to the ground, but you can see just took the second bounce before he can make that save. Fireballs make a 2-0 lead in the game day, courtesy of Alou and Arats. There are the season-long standings again. The Fireballs put themselves in a good spot through 2 matches. In last place coming in, Devils beat the Cyclones last night, so still a chance at the #1 seed, but it'll be awfully tough to catch those Cyclones up at the top. We will be hearing from our winners, Alou and Arats, momentarily. There they are, Alou and Arats after that win. Congratulations, guys. Now with that win, Arats, you take a 2-0 lead in the game day. How are you feeling about that result?
Yeah, we feel good. I think we play good. And that's it. We have to keep fighting. We have 4 matches left, so we have to keep fighting, and that's it. We have a chance. We have to continue fighting.
Awesome, Arats. Well, good start there. A big win for you guys. We'll see what happens up next. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will go over to singles here. 2 in a row. First, Division 4. That'll bring out Ikeda for the Fireballs and Julin for the Warriors. Over the last couple seasons, Julin has just owned this series. He has won 3 in a row over Ikeda, all dating back all the way to season number 5.
We're ready to begin our next match. Ikeda has a serve for the Fireballs.
And Ikeda this season, slowest start in singles. He's 0-3. Julin 2-2, so this will end his year. 5th and final match.
We begin with a tip ball. First point of this match goes to Ikeda of the Fireballs. He serves.
Yeah, and sometimes for Julin, it'll take a moment, but it comes out slow. It's in that first set, and he builds and builds throughout the match, and pretty intense by the end.
Fault, under serve. Battle Court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. A good serve lands between the forehand 7 line.
And an opportunity here for Ikeda. You know, hasn't had a great year, 0-3, but you know, throughout the record, if he can win this one, secure some points for his team, they go a long way.
Julin, powerful backhand. Caught there by Ikeda. Julian now from the 9 line. Backhand to the inside. Rebote forehand. Bote comes in low. Ikeda makes a save. Julian advances, has it at the 6. Hard to the inside he goes. Scooped up beautifully by Ikeda. Powerful backhand follows. Drop shot Rebote to the outside of the court will score. 1-1. Julian serves for the Warriors.
Well, that's a tricky one.
Tricky.
Really well executed by Julian there. I mean, cuts off the swing, very intentional, kept it low, just above the pad. Ties things up.
Getting some feedback from Alex, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like they'll be playing together later.
Ikeda on the catch. Here's the backhand from the 10 line. That clears the overhead screen. Rebote forehand by Julian. Julian now from the 11 line to the inside. Big bounce. Brought down by Ikeda. Forehand from the 10. Powerful backhand by Ikeda. Scoop by Julian. Julian takes that off the wall, does not hold on to it. That's a second point for Ikeda. The fireballs, he serves.
Oh, look, that's not the easiest catch. I mean, that's crossing right where Julian's trying to line that up. And, you know, had it for a moment, just kind of fell out. Very controlled, very conservative play from both sides early. At some point, you'd see if it picks up. Probably Julian will be the one to accelerate it, if anyone.
Powerful backhand by Julian. Rebote right up the middle by Ikeda. Karam lands in and scores. 2-2. Julian serves for the Warriors.
And that's really the one shot you have to be careful of. Now, Julian has been mixing in the costado a little bit more in singles, thrown about 4 or 5 per match the last 2. But this is, you know, this is his bread and butter. This is the go-to. The Karam right side, such a weapon for him. Blasts it in, just out of Ikeda's reach. Well done.
Ikeda from the forehand. Julian takes it in the air. Backhand from the 8. Wall to wall from the left side. Rebote forehand to the outside. Julian steps out, take it in the air. There's another Karam. Stopped on the forehand of Ikeda. Ikeda for the Karam. Stopped by Julian. Julian powerfully from the forehand. He will score. The third point for Julian of the Warriors. He serves.
Yeah, well.
Julian was everywhere on that one.
Yeah, a lot of times the Karam from the outside is a good throw, but Julian just, he was kind of expecting it. He's already, I mean, to the outer third. And that's really, I mean, the only place that he probably could have made a reasonable catch on it. And he keeps it low to the inside. That would have been very difficult. But Julian takes advantage.
Ikeda. Backhand to pass. Rebote. Forehand by Julian. Karam by Julian. Read by Ikeda. Ikeda trying to pass to the inside. What a catch by Julian. Rebote forehand saved by Ikeda. Big bounce. Will score. We're tied up at 3-3. Ikeda has a serve. Fireballs.
Yeah, again, just a tricky bounce. I mean, kicking
At
up
the side
high
wall,
along the wall. Ikeda's doing a good job of involving that side wall, making these catches very difficult for Julian. Julian has really dominated this Division 4 in singles for the last couple of years. It can't be frozen anymore. Be interesting to see what happens in the draft, but we got a long way to go before that. We got a championship to figure out.
Rebote forehand. Caught in the air by Julian. Backhand from the 8 line. Coming in low, Ikeda makes a save. Julian steps up. Backhand to the inside. Ikeda, backhand from the 9 line. Difficult catch by Ikeda. He comes up with a Karam. That is out. That's a 4th point for Julian of the Warriors. He serves.
A little bit harder for Ikeda to score on the carom compared to the Julin just because he throws a little bit softer.
And also, the closer you are to the sidewall, to get that carom off of the sidewall is pretty complicated.
Yeah, it's a slow developing play from the inside. Julin could read it a little bit better, and he was out there.
Low serve by Julin will work. That's in and out of Ikeda's cesta. A 5th point for Julin. Possible set point.
Yeah, gets the ace. Sets up a possible set point here. Warriors need it.
Here's the backhand by Ikeda. Passes from the left. Robote forehand right up the middle. Taken on the bounce by Ikeda. Ikeda powerfully from the right side. Julin now from the 7 line, wall to wall from the backhand. On the wall the whole way. Ikeda makes a nice save. Scoop attempt is tipped. Point and set for Julin of the Warriors. 2 minutes go on the board. Come back out. Play our next set.
Like most of those previous matchups, Julin is dominating with that right side all day long. He's done it the last 3 years. It's just been tough for Ikeda in this particular matchup, but Julin right there on camera.
I see the mustache. Is that a soul patch as well, or no? Is that like a shadow?
I think there's something more there, right?
So it could be a soul patch.
I think you're onto it.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see how it could be a shadow. But
I mean, that's
earlier.
extreme close-up, and these cameras are, I think 12D, 4D, whatever we're up to, whatever you kids are up to now. Whatever.
Putting up some crazy numbers, right? Back over here, no one really knows Julin better than Alex. They're always talking. I mean, after the first point, Alex was talking to him through the screen, talking to him between sets here. It's his brother. He knows him better.
Pretty intense, too. I mean, Naki's his brother, too, playing for a different team. I imagine those conversations are a little different.
Yeah.
Probably a little funnier.
You would guess, right?
I mean, Alex does. I mean, all 3 of them have a good sense of humor, but when they're playing, Alex gets pretty intense. Julin, intenser. Is that a word, Andrew? Could you look that up for me, please?
I think we'll ask Robote Analytics, but I don't think so. Yeah.
Robote Analytics does verbiage, too?
They do it all, Stu. You wouldn't
really
believe it.
My goodness. It's kind of like AI for Highline.
That rhymes. There you go, Stu. See, you're on it.
Thank you.
You got the ideas today. You're flowing.
It's because I'm freezing.
I'm telling you, that's why I'm saying cryo's beneficial, right? You're starting to feel it, aren't you?
Yeah, but I didn't sign up for cryo. I signed up for announcing Highline. Could someone turn up the air, please? We've been asking for 8 years. Not going to happen. Ikeda serves. Our second set has begun. Julin, backhand to the inside. Ikeda tries to pass. Cut off by Julin at the 11 line. Big backhand. Took off. Hit the overhead screen. First point. The second set goes to Ikeda. The fireballs. He serves.
Well, Julin gifted Ikeda the first point of the opening set and didn't seem to matter too much in the end. And kind of the same thing here. Did he hit the side wall or did the basket clip? Something happened with the side wall, sending that ball way up and out of play. I mean, Julin usually not too much of a threat to hit that screen, and not like that.
Here's a backhand by Julin to the 10 line. Ikeda's there. Ikeda powerfully from the forehand. That took off, hit the overhead screen. Big right side. 1-1. Julin serves for the Warriors.
Oh, just gave it right back, though. I mean, had the advantage, but sent the forehand a little bit too high.
I mean, Ikeda's strong, but you have to throw it really hard to get it to kick up there. Trying to pass from the right side. I get it, but... Good hard serve by Julin. Caught by Ikeda. Backhand to the inside. Julin falls it to the 12 line. He's not going to hold on to it. 2 points for Ikeda. He serves. I think that's a situation where Julian began to run out of court. I mean, he had plenty of room before he was going to hit the back. Right. I don't think he, again, players know that they have the rebote 8 times out of 10 here on this particular court. Rebote forehand by Ikeda to the inside, does pass. Rebote forehand
Man, that was close.
To the outside will score. 2-2 in the second set. Julian serves.
Boy, that just snuck inside.
Anybody who plays with Julian, you got to know that, you know, while he's throwing or while he's doing his thing, anything on the outside. I mean, no, is he the one who hit under? Was it Julian who hit under? Someone hit under. I forgot who it was.
It was.
Yeah, but you know, under was basically he didn't give him room. The player without the ball has the responsibility to give way. The player with the ball has full range of motion. And some players have basically a bigger swing.
Yep.
Here's a catch by Julian. Low and hard to the inside. Taken on the bounce by Ikeda. That forehand escapes. It's a 3rd point for Ikeda. Ikeda serves. Now, okay, so that's a loss of control, basically. Again, it's one of those things we talked about at the beginning where, you know, there's so many little things going on at the same time that to try to explain them all, you know, really would just make someone's eyes glaze over. But you make the catch, but then you stop the ball in your cesta before you make the throw. And that process takes place in the course of about half a second to a second. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. And Julian failed to do that on that one. Catch by Ikeda down low. Here's the right side to the inside. Greg, you okay?
You were just talking about it, Stu.
That's a point for Julian.
Yeah, I think it was the same case as we saw with Unda. I mean, the exact same case where the ball would have reached the front wall and Ikeda got hit by it. So that would be a point to Julian in that case. And, yeah, I think it will go that way. So it'll be tied 3-3.
Oh, gosh, even on replay it looks awful. Karam by Julian, caught by Ikeda. Karam by Ikeda, take on the left side of Julian.
Good stop.
Rebote to the inside. Julian's there. Backhand from the 8. Caught by Ikeda. Julian with the scoop and the backhand. Rebote, 2-all with a light touch. Julian moves up on it. Karam will score.
Got it.
It's a 4th point for Julian. He serves.
Yeah, you usually don't see Ikeda go for, 2 walls off the rebote, and I think that was a last-ditch effort, running back into that corner, trying to make something out of nothing. And once Julian gets up there, he's got it at the 2 line on his right side. Not going to win many points from there if you're Ikeda.
And this is definitely not a situation where a highlight player puts notches in their cesta. Hitting someone is just terrible. Here's a backhand by Ikeda. There's the catch by Julian. Backhand. Ikeda's there. Ikeda to the inside. Scoop by Julian. Powerful forehand by Julian to the inside. Rebote saved by Ikeda. Big bounce. Brought down by Julian. Has a missed ball. 4-4 is the score. Ikeda serves for the Fireballs. Are we having a shoelace issue?
Yeah, it looks like it might be.
What has it been this last 2 weeks where all of a sudden everybody's shoelaces are untied?
it's a correlation with the amount of mustaches we've seen. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but
well, they can double
just be
tie
luck
they
that they-
can
yeah.
double tie their shoelaces so they stay tied. You know, the facial hair is personal choice. There's a backhand by Julian. Some making better choices than others.
yeah, for sure.
Julian on the forehand. Outside placement.
Oh, got him leaning.
Will score. 5 points for Julian. Possible set, possible match point.
Well, right here, finally shoots an outside placement. Everything has been to the inside. He's thrown a couple caroms, but hasn't seen that yet. See full lunge by Ikeda the opposite way, and when you do that, ball's by him.
Backhand by Ikeda. Caught by Julian at the 11 line. Right side to the inside. Ikeda advances on the hop, makes the catch. Hard forehand. Right to the corner, comes out. Ikeda takes that on the bounce. Outside placement, stopped by Julian. Julian powerfully from the forehand. Scoop on the forehand of Ikeda. Ikeda back to the inside. Julian is there. Robote. Forehand by Ikeda to the inside. Ikeda makes this catch on the bounce, the 10. Sends it deep. Ikeda takes that one in the air at the 8. Hard throw to the inside.
Oh.
That's a fine stop by Julian.
Yes, it is.
Robote forehand by Ikeda. Julian steps up, makes it the catch. Cortada scoop by Ikeda. A beautiful throw to the corner. Karam by Ikeda. Scores! Wow. Tremendous point by both players. It is 5-5, so this is set point 4. Ikeda, possible match point for Julian.
Well, early in that point, Julian had a golden opportunity. I mean, Ikeda was just stuck inside. If Julian would have kicked it off the side wall in any fashion, he would have won. But put it the only place Ikeda could make a play. Fought back in the point, tied it up at 5-5, and now a chance to push it to a third set.
Important point here. They're all important, but fault under serve. Second serve must be good. I mean, it's really not a situation where Julian started off saying, bring me the tailbone of Ikeda.
Boy, that took Ikeda an awfully long time to serve. You hate when a player, deviates from their normal routine at a point like that, But gets the second one in. Doesn't matter now.
Julian powerfully from the forehand. Scoop by Ikeda. Ikeda passes from the right side to the corner. Robote coming out. Saved by Julian. Tough one at the side wall. What a catch. Julian at the side wall with a tip ball. Point and set to Ikeda. We'll move on to a third and final set. Just 2 minutes. There you have it. Split sets. First set going for Julian, 6-3. Second set going for Ikeda, 6-5. You're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City League Fronton in Miami, Florida. We're currently playing our third of 6 scheduled matches on the game day between the Fireballs and the Warriors. Here we are in the ESPN3 DraftKings Players Cage. Players taking their breaks back here in between sets and to prepare for matches. Focus there on Ikeda, who got drilled with both the cesta and the ball. It's unfortunate, especially for some of you who may be new to Jai-Alai. Why does the guy who hit the guy get the point? Because the person who is not in possession of the ball has to give way, has to be completely out of the way. The person in possession of the ball has to have free range of motion to throw the ball. There is one little catch there, is that the judges have to assess that had he not thrown it into Ikeda's back, that it would have gone to the front wall, and that's an fairly easy assumption to make. Julian was just throwing the ball straight, and Ikeda was there. But I mean that's a hit. I mean, so now Ikeda and Unda, I think if nothing else, Julian maybe should buy him a dinner. That would be a nice thing to do, huh?
Maybe just an empanada or something from the concessions, but something.
No, I think a dinner with 2 sides. And not just any sides, not the sides that come with it, the sides from the bottom of the menu that have the extra prices next to it. Exactly.
I say, we'll throw one little lobster in that mac and cheese. Yeah.
Exactly. Where
they truffle on those fries. Yeah, maybe I will.
Yeah, where the waiter says,
sounds kind of nice.
It's enough to serve 3. What?
Eating for a week.
Third set coming up. We are ready to begin our third and final set of this singles match. Julian will have the serve for the Warriors.
Another match going into a third set here. All of them today, it's been close, but the Fireball's winning both. I mean, if Ikeda can win here, that would be quite the statement and the comeback.
Julian serves. Our match has begun. Ikeda attacks with the forehand. Low and hard to the inside. Scoop by Julian. Backhand 2-all. Caught in the air by Ikeda. Ikeda on the carom lands in. Julian off the frame. First point of the decisive third set goes to Ikeda of the Fireballs.
Well, it was just awkward as he was approaching the catch because he knows the net is there, just not exactly when it's going to come into play. So he's kind of hesitant as he makes his way out there.
Ikeda's got a really good carom, especially today. I don't think they're lifting that chain, aren't they, Andrew?
I hear something.
I hear the chain.
Machinery.
Fault under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line.
But like we see in doubles too, if a player that doesn't typically throw a backhand 2-all starts the throw on, it's a sign that they're either frustrated or they don't necessarily know what to throw. And it's usually a desperation, but Julian the better player. I mean, just got to lock in and can come back.
Robote forehand by Ikeda. Julian makes the catch. Powerful throw by Julian.
Boy, that's really distracting.
Robote forehand by Julian. Catch by Ikeda. Julian to the outside. Ikeda reads it well. He stops it. Fakes the sidearm carom, but it's in the middle, juggling on the catch of Julian. That's a second point for Ikeda. He will serve.
He's using the fakes pretty well.
Very well.
He doesn't have a ton of power, so it's hard to really blast one by, but if you can get your opponent off his footing and get him going the wrong way, it's hard that way to be able to track it down. Ikeda knows his game so well, and now 2-0 here in the third set.
Robote forehand by Ikeda, hard to the inside. Julian's there. Backhand from the 11 line. Robote forehand. Julian passes one to the back wall. Ikeda outside placement of the forehand. Robote lands in and scores. That's a third point for Ikeda, the Fireballs. He serves. Wow, that's bold.
What a shot!
I mean, that was bold.
Well, Julian looked right over at Alex and he asking if he could challenge, and Alex shook his head.
No, not that one.
No, I mean, he knows
this
it's
is
good.
well
you can
done
see
by
where this
Ikeda.
lands. It's just inside the boundary, and it leaves a mark out there too. Both refs right on it.
Julian powerfully from the forehand, caught by Ikeda. Ikeda on the right side, Julian advances. Costado, 2-all, opens up. Ikeda got assessed on it, but the ball is tipped. That's Julian's first point in the decisive third set. He serves.
Starting to open it up. Just hope it's not too little too late here. I mean, that's the first Costado 2-all we've seen from Julian. He's been throwing it, I mean, really well in singles, but it's almost felt like he hasn't needed to go to it, didn't want to break it out. Now in a third set, he's trying to mix it up because Ikeda's got all the momentum. Smart play. Gets him his first point.
There's a backhand by Ikeda. Powerful forehand by Julian. Ikeda's looking for the rebote. To the inside it goes. Big bounce. Stop by Julian. Julian on the backhand. Wall to wall from the left side. Rebote forehand is missed at the 8 line. It's a second point for Julian of the Warriors. He serves.
Ikeda tried to do something with that rebote. I mean, he really opened up to the side wall before he went to make the throw. Wonder if maybe he was trying for a carom off the rebote or just maybe slipped because he was not in.
I think it was more slipped.
Okay.
Ikeda gets fancy, not that fancy.
Yeah,
Forehand carom
you don't
rebote?
usually see him do that.
Backhand by Ikeda. Julian pulls it off the sidewall at the 10 line. That's a big backhand. Rebote right up the middle. Ikeda fires it low and hard. Julian is there. Carom. Stopped by Ikeda on the outside. Hard and low on the backhand. Scooped beautifully by Julian.
Yes, it was.
Ikeda comes cross court. Great catch. Backhand 2-wall stopped by Ikeda. This one's thrown hard. Ikeda loses his footing. Got up. Made the play. Here's Julian. Light 2-wall.
Right there.
Ikeda is there. Ikeda hard on the return. Julian's there. Backhand.
What a point.
Rebote forehand is up. Julian will take it on the bounce at the 8 line. Outside placement. Scoop by Ikeda. Ikeda from the forehand crossing the wall, and it scores.
Wow.
What a point, both of you. That was tremendous. Great effort. Fantastic. 4 points for Ikeda. He serves.
What a point, huh? What a tremendous point there. My favorite part, Stu. How about this? Yep, right there. Ikeda falls down, gets up,
And still makes the
saves
play.
rebote, and then, yeah, I mean, soft touch on the 2-wall. I think maybe Julian thought he had Ikeda going the opposite way, and then there were about 20 throws after that. I mean, getting back in there, Ikeda
Such a
smiling the whole time.
Such
He's
a
like,
hard fought point. Yeah,
We're
it's-
having fun. Scoop here, and then forehand a little bit softer, crossing up high, and just missed.
Fault under serve. Second serve must be good. There's a serve by Ikeda. Julian from the 10 line opens up. Powerful backhand. Ikeda takes it in the air. Backhand from the 10. Passes. Rebote for Julian. High to the front wall.
Let it bounce.
Ikeda. Clean miss. He saves it on the rebote. That's on the inside. Floater. Backhand by Julian. A rebote. Forehand by Ikeda.
Tough one for Julian now.
Julian looking for the rebote. Puts it inside. Ikeda takes it on the bounce at the 9 line. Inside placement. Julian on the run.
Oh,
That's a juggle. Juggling is the call. That's a 5th point for Ikeda. Possible set point.
Yeah.
Julian
Julian laughing about it, but
frustrated, but
it's not even close. I mean,
I
you
think
could
we
see
all
this one. I mean, you could see it from, yeah.
well, yes.
Where it broke contact with the
It's
with
close.
The frame.
Exactly. I mean, as long as it maintains contact with the frame, it would still be good, but that's in a gray area, but
And it's hard too because what the
when you're
judge saw was
that
was
happens in a
ball.
split second. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes when it's close to the sidewall, you saw it pop out.
Yeah.
and he saw the white ball. And
Yeah, that's a call
why he
that you
made
just
the
have.
call.
That's a call that you have to accept. I believe that that's a. I believe that that's a solid
You
call.
just no. I mean, if I were Julian, I'd be thinking the same thing. Late in the 3rd set, you hate to see that.
Backhand by Julian to the inside, low and hard. Ikeda makes the save at the side wall. Big bounce. Julian's on it. Backhand. Right to the corner, out to the rebote. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Stopped by Julian. Julian. Forehand play. Ikeda makes the save. Costello. Caught on the forehand of Ikeda. Ikeda back to the inside. Julian makes the catch. 2-all. Lands
good.
in.
Yep.
3 points for Julian of the Warriors. Ikeda still with possible match point. Julian has the serve.
Oh, great shot here by Julian with the match on the line. First 2-wall, not enough. The second one, well, first costado we kept inside, then the 2-wall opens up. Really hard serve there, too.
Powerful serve by Julin. Backhand by Ikeda. Julin's on it. Low and hard scoop by Ikeda. Ikeda on the backhand. Julin's there. Rebote forehand, powerfully thrown to pass. Rebote for Julin. Ikeda takes it on the bounce. Forehand to the inside. Julin picks it up. 2-all. Stopped by Ikeda on the outside. Powerful forehand crossing the side wall and scoring.
Yep.
That is point set in a hard fought match for Ikeda of the Fireballs, taking it 6-3 in the third set.
Wow, and with that win, the Fireballs have secured at least a tie, winning the first 3 matches of the game day. How about Ikeda? First singles win of the year, taking down Julin. We'll stick with singles up next, move up to Division 1. Aratz takes on Douglas.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
However you bet, whoever you are, the sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Joined by our winner, Ikeda, over in the player's cage. Congratulations on that win. So we said coming into it, Julin's won the last 3 matchups between you guys in singles. What was the difference today that flipped it in your favor?
The hit on my butt. That was the whole difference.
Yeah. How are you feeling after that hit, by the way? Also?
I don't know. It hurt at the moment, but apparently gave me power to come back and win the game. Yep.
Awesome, Ikeda. Dug deep there in the end. Big win for your team, and you've secured at least a tie already, so you can get that win up next. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Amor.
Division 1 singles. Bring out the top 2 players on these teams. It's Aratz representing the Fireballs. Team captain, as is Douglas for the Warriors. This season, Aratz just 2-5 in singles. Douglas, he's had a great year. One of the best records. He's 5-1. So still, I mean, you hear that, Douglas will be playing singles every day down the stretch here for the Warriors. So that's certainly a positive, the way he's been playing. These two matched up back on, I think it was the 25th. Sorry, on October 14th. It's a straight set victory for Douglas. So this is the second and final matchup between these two in the regular season. And of course, the Warriors need it to stay in the game day and have the possibility of it getting some points. And also for the Warriors too, now that they've lost these matches, you got to think about the tiebreaker also, which is total matches won. So even if they lose this game day, they could have some pretty important matches that may not feel that way in the moment. So just got to stay in it. There's that game day score. There's our season totals up there at the bottom. But still, so much to be decided. Yeah, the Chargers, even after today, will have 4 game days left. The Renegades have 3. Just too many possibilities still. The one thing we know for sure, though, Stu, is the Cyclones are going to be in the playoffs. The Cyclones have clinched, but outside of that, we can have every one of these teams still, even the Fireballs, finish potentially as high as first place.
Parity throughout Battle Court, which is what we've been seeking, and this season we have it better than ever.
Aratz serves, and we begin our 4th match. High bouncing serve, taken in by Douglas, sends it up high. Pass to Aratz, now Rebote. Soft touch, Douglas moves up, keeps it high to the inside. That's a long run. Aratz got up there off his footing, flicks up to Rebote. Douglas attacking now, takes a look, sends it up high, tries to pass, but Aratz takes it in. It's across the side wall. Rebote, 2 wall, that's too wide. Aratz strikes first here in our 4th match.
Douglas has so many weapons. Just needs to maintain control as best he can. Aratz has a way of just getting in front of every ball It's really anybody in battle court throws. So with Douglas, it's really just hunker down. Well, that's not hunkering down.
That backhand got away. It's up and out of play.
That's kind of the opposite of hunkering down. He really threw that hard.
High bouncing serve right on the wall. Douglas picks it just before it crosses. Douglas up with a 9, floats one up. Aratz a little late to get out there. Rabote saved on the back end. It's dropping. Douglas moves up. There's a 2-wall. Aratz takes off. He's not going to get out to it.
A controlled Douglas, a focused Douglas, is very difficult to beat in the singles. A few weeks ago, he played what the chief judge and I consider to be the best singles match ever played on this court. And it consisted of, between the sets, I believe it was 6 or 7 Costado 2-walls by Douglas. He played just controlled and concentrating.
Yeah, we'll see if he goes back to that, because that's when he's been at his best this year.
Yeah, he started off a little distracted, is the word I'd use.
Forehand Rabote coming in along the wall. Aratz puts his foot up, makes that catch. That clears the overhead screen. Rabote forehand, picked up off the side wall. Douglas, there's the 2-wall. It opens and it scores. Oh, just like that, we're tied 2-2. Right on cue, Stu.
Yeah, it's having the ability to throw the shot, which he does. It's knowing when to throw the shot, which he does, and having the confidence to throw the shot. You can't be distracted. You can't be distracted by the game day score, anything going on with your team, anything going on the court. You have to have that focus. Ask me how to do that.
It's a lot easier said than done.
Oh, of course it is. Please, I can't even concentrate driving here.
Carom by Aratz. That one's in just above the pad. That scores 3 points and the lead. That forehand deck. Carom just above the pad there. And the soft touch really the key, because Douglas is quick, but not only does he have to move to the outside, but also got to go up. Just a few extra feet makes the difference. Great catch deep in the corner. Aratz sends it up high, drops it into the Chula, but Douglas able to dig it out. Aratz moving up from the 6 line, keeps it inside where it scores. 4-2 lead.
Aratz is tricky. He has a 2-wall, and when he winds up like that, you really don't know when he's throwing it. His fake is one of the best in highlight for a back quarter.
Yeah. Long Rabote, Aratz tracks it down to the 6, fall down save. Douglas got out there though, keeps it low off the wall.
Oh, what a
scoop.
catch.
I don't think either foot was on the ground. Aratz moves up, makes the catch at the 8, kicks it up high again. Into that corner, Douglas missed the Rabote. 5 points and a possible set for Aratz.
I know a little bit about Douglas's game, and I'm going to take a wild guess that he was going to throw a forehand Carom Rabote there.
I think for sure. Look at this scoop.
We seem to have a consensus around me as I'm hearing that. He doesn't miss forehand Rabotes. He was going to blast a forehand Carom Rabote there.
He's been working out at some of the practices. It looks good.
It's such such a hard shot to throw.
Douglas picked up that floater. Aratz committed. He makes the catch deep in the backcourt. Sends it up high. Rabote, oh, that escaped. Point and set. Aratz wins it 6-2. 2 minutes. We'll come back and play our second set.
So I think I need to qualify a prior comment. Well, actually, if I approached my life to that, I'd be talking from now until the end of time. That's besides the point. But a prior comment that I made earlier, I said Aratz for a back quarter. And there's maybe some folks tuned in that might not know the difference between front court and back court.
Yeah.
Okay, so back quarters by tradition that's mainly a defensive position. Even comes with a bigger cesta, a physically bigger cesta, catching and throwing in the backcourt. So front quarters are more offensive, so they tend to have more shots than backquarters.
Right.
But Aratz is one of these backquarters that, despite being trained, classically trained as a backquarter, he's got shots. He played one season of front court at a neighboring facility here. Wasn't happy to play front court, but he did pick up shots there, which was good to see.
And Douglas, I mean, has owned the series, so, you know, a little bit surprised the way that one went. Douglas has won 3 in a row, covering the last 2 seasons now. But Stu I think he made a great point mentioning the situation also, because not all matches are the same. And,
no.
You know, if you play this match to start off the day, and then you can get a totally different Douglas. But he's coming off a loss. The team, the best they can do is tie, and they're going to have to win all 3 matches to do that. I feel like the air's been kind of taken out of their side, but
some players aren't. I believe that some players aren't aware of that. And I think we can create a list of players who aren't aware of what's going on with the game day.
Yeah.
Douglas is aware of what's going on
Very
with this
aware.
game day, the last season, the upcoming season. I'm sure he's got his picks all picked out for his brackets for the draft. I mean,
everything.
Douglas is doing 3-dimensional math, so he just needs to focus. And when he focuses, I don't think he'd be beat.
Oh,
Imagine Gaucheri just came off the couch, wherever he is.
I'm sure he's watching. Hello, Gaucheri.
He kites. That wasn't a shot.
I think he'll be playing there. I think he's coming up tomorrow, right? We haven't seen the Renegades in quite a while.
Oh,
they're in a playoff hunt of their own. There's the serve. We begin. Set number 2. With a backhand right into the corner. Douglas sweeping Robote save. Aratz moves in. 2-wall there. Opens. It scores. Aratz starts off set 2 with the point.
It's not just a 2-wall. It's a well-thrown 2-wall by Aratz. Opened up close to the front wall. Douglas was there, just not able to complete the play. So well done.
Catch deep in the corner by Aratz. Sends it up high over his head. Robote dug out. Played just above the pad, but Aratz moves in on it. Sends it high to the outside. Douglas backs up.
Oh, my.
Lost it as he went to make the throw. 2 points and the serve.
That requires an explanation. So you saw Douglas make the catch. We know he catches beautifully. Then you saw Douglas take a peek after he made the catch, but he has to keep the basket in constant motion. He took a peek, took his mind off of the ball and his cest, and it just dropped out. And taking that peek was trying to decide what he was going to throw. Wow, did he throw that hard.
What a big backhand. Aratz, though, gets it up at the 4 line, sends it over his head. Douglas another Robote. Aratz picks this one off. Inside placement will score. That makes it 3-0. Nothing lead for Aratz now, and just, I mean, not a ton of energy coming from the Warriors side here. Alex just trying to pick him up, but you know, sometimes you have to allow others to pick you up, and it doesn't seem to be the case here right now. Oh, Aratz scrapes one off the wall. Great catch. Backhand passing into that corner. Douglas over the top. Looking for a bounce. So Aratz got up to it. Inside placement again on the wall. Picked off by Douglas. It's a great catch.
We're talking a lot about Douglas, but Aratz is out there playing great shots. Perfect positioning, good catching, and no mistakes.
Aratz floats this one up high. Long Robote coming out. Douglas looking for that carom. Doesn't get it. Aratz is there outside. Keeps it low. It's on the wall. It scores. 4 points for Aratz. Well, there's that carom we thought was coming earlier.
Didn't open up. Wasn't what he wanted, but Aratz has just been weak. Douglas is playing distracted, and Aratz is just locked in, focused.
I mean, play similar to the scores. I mean, the game day score.
Yeah.
Douglas moves up at the 6, attacking. Tries to get it outside, looking for the 3-wall. Aratz looking to dig it out. He does. Puts a 2-wall. Douglas makes the stop. Carom That lands in, and it scores. So I get Douglas on the board here in set 2.
There'll be no shutout here in the second set. And if anyone's capable of coming back straight points, it's Douglas. Rotz reads this perfectly, makes the rebote. Douglas takes it on the bounce. Karam, beautifully done.
High bouncer handled. Here's a Rotz from the 12 line. Into that corner, Douglas Rebote high, looking to pass. That narrowly clears the screen. Rotz goes to the ground. 2-wall for the win.
Oh, my.
Never mind, 5 points. That was not the win. Premature on that, Stu. My
Well, he
bad.
won the
5
point.
points?
He won.
Yes.
Give
I
yourself
think that's
credit,
what-
Andrew.
For the point.
He won the point.
No.
He didn't
We'll
win the
take it.
match. He won the point.
I was overexcited. That would have been a heck of a way to end it. But still, and Douglas, as you've noted, he can come back in a hurry. He's come back from 5-1 down before.
Oh, yeah.
Picked up off the wall. Rotz sends it to pass. Douglas, not a lot on that one. Rotz moves in. 2-wall up at the 6 line.
Wow.
Opens and scores for the win. Point, set, and match. Rotz takes it in straight sets, 6-2, 6-1. A decisive victory there in singles to give the Fireballs the game day win. And now if you're thinking about the tiebreaker, each of these wins more important for the Fireballs. They send out Urrutia and Cabrera up next to take on Alex and Julin of the Warriors. There's a Karam from Rotz there. That opens and scores.
Rotz was just on. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. Douglas was just not on his A game today. And Rotz, a mostly defensive player, was on and played great. Catch by catch, throw by throw. That's the one we thought was going to be a forehand Karam Rebote.
2-wall here. Just out of reach of Douglas. I mean, we're talking a lot about what Douglas didn't do, but you also, I mean, Rotz did everything
Rotz
right
played
in that match. I mean,
again. It's not a Douglas loss.
No.
That is a Rotz win. That's
mean,
an
he
Rotz
took it.
route.
Fall down save here. This was one, yeah.
Look at this. Rotz played
Bit
fantastic.
of a 2-wall. Gets up. Douglas able to land this Karam. I think that was the only point in set number 2. And dropping to the inside here, Rotz makes the catch in the air. I mean, this one really opens for the win.
One thing about Rotz that I can say with a high degree of certainty is that he maintains his composure and locks out the emotional part while he's playing. Probably better than anyone in battle court.
And there's that game day score. 4 for the Fireballs, enough to move up in our standings. So that'll put them ahead of the Renegades, Warriors, and Chargers into 3rd place. Both teams still wins will add to that tiebreaker. We'll hear from Rotz. Joining us over in the cage, there is our winner, Rotz, now 3-5 this season in singles. How are you feeling after defeating Douglas for the first time up in Division 1?
Yeah, I feel good because I go with all. I know that was a very important match because if we win the day, and that's it. I enter with all. I think that we cost a little bit to enter to the match, so I did all my best, and I do good my opportunities, and I go with all, and I have the win, so I'm happy.
Absolutely,
You played
Rotz.
great, Rotz. You
Fabulous
played really, really good.
performance there, and you got your team the win. Congratulations. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
That will take us over to doubles, back to Division 3, Urrutia and Cabrera taking on Alex and Julin. Urrutia and Cabrera 3-4 so far this season. Alex and Julin 4-3. Urrutia and Cabrera, though, won the previous matchup back on October 14th in 3 sets. That was a close one. But as of late, Alex and Julian have fallen off just a bit. They're coming into this one losers of 3 of their last 4, and not a lot of momentum on the side of the Warriors right now. See if they can get it back here. I hate to, go back to it again, but the importance of a tiebreaker, too. I mean, it could literally come down to one of these 2 matches of the difference between making the playoffs and not, because the standings are so tight. We'll see what happens here. Urrutia and Cabrera will serve.
Urrutia serves. We begin. Scoop by Cabrera. Alex powerfully from the forehand. He passes. Goes deep. Urrutia gets to the inside. Alex will scoop that up. Light touch. 2 players there. Urrutia comes up with it. Inside placement. Stop by Julian.
Great save.
Urrutia with control on the right side. Karam lands in and scores. Well played by all 4 players. Urrutia and Cabrera on the board first for the fireballs. Urrutia serves.
And I could imagine that Alex is going to come out firing, as he did right there, throwing a shot.
That's an aggressive Alex right there.
Well, on top of the fact they're down 4-0, he's just been watching this happen. And Alex is fiery, he's aggressive, and I can imagine this is just kind of building up, and he's ready to fire and take some anger out and try to put some points up on the board. It's been a frustrating day, but, 4-2 wouldn't be the worst thing, and that's a...
Backcourt Cortado will score for Julian. That's a point for Alex and Julian of the Warriors. Alex serves.
How about that one?
Well, after the earlier hit, I don't think anybody's going to come close. Backhand by Cabrera. Alex down low. Backhand from the 7 line. Powerfully thrown. Urrutia overhead makes the catch. Julian's there. From the 11 line on the left side, Urrutia playing deep. He's back at the 11. Powerful backhand. Julian again. Urrutia from the 10. Karam. Stopped by Urrutia on the forehand. Karam lands in. Stopped by Alex. Cortada by Alex. Stopped by Cabrera. Low runner. Julian goes down, makes the catch. Big backhand follows. Rebote forehand, saved by Alex, caught by Urrutia. Placement to the inside, stopped by Alex. Philo will score. 2 points for Alex and Julian. Of the Warriors, Alex serves. Well, no shortage of shots in intensity.
No, and wouldn't think so in this matchup. And it starts in the front court with Urrutia and Alex. 2 of the fastest, most exciting, most explosive front quarters, any adjective you want to use. These guys are fun to watch.
Ace
intense.
By Alex. That's 3 points for Alex and Julian. He serves.
Great serve.
This match probably should have started off with a group therapy session.
It would be a well-paid therapist.
Picks that serve. Julian makes a great stop. Rebote forehand by Urrutia. Scoop by Julian. Cabrera from the 9 line. Here's the backhand by Cabrera. What a catch by Julian deep in the backcourt. Comes out on the left side. Urrutia is there. Powerful backhand by Urrutia. Rebote dropping. Saved by Alex. Alex at the 8 line. Low and hard, and Urrutia grabs it on the left side. Powerful forehand by Julian. Urrutia from the 9 line. Cabrera now from the 10 to the inside. Urrutia from the 10 line. Backhand. Powerful forehand by Julian. Big backhand. Rebote coming out. Alex makes the save. Urrutia takes it on the forehand. Low and hard and stopped by Julian. There's the backhand by Cabrera. Julian on the forehand from the 12 line. Powerful forehand. Picked up on the bounce by Cabrera. Alex midcourt with the right side. Cortada, stopped by Urrutia. Urrutia blasts this to the inside. Julian's there. Rebote forehand. It's a powerful backhand. Julian now from the 10 line, wall to wall from the left side. Rebote coming out, that's on the wall. Urrutia makes a difficult save. Alex has it, winds up. Costi inside, scooped up by Cabrera. Backhand 2-all, scooped by Alex. Powerful forehand by Alex. That return landing in and scoring. Well played again by all 4 players. This point goes to Alex and Julian of the Warriors. Alex serves. I don't know, getting cute with that backhand 2-all has not been paying off, especially with a pissed off Alex up there in the front court.
No, he's all over it.
I mean, he's looking for that stuff. What a catch off a hard serve. And the placement inside scores. That is just beautifully done by Urrutia. Great catch, perfect throw.
Just a ridiculous stop. I mean, not many would step in front of this serve. I mean, how does he pick it off?
It's just a great catch and so much control. Look at that. He takes it off, throws it where, I mean, that's beautiful. Powerful serve now by Urrutia. Backhand by Julian. Rebote left side. Alex cuts it off, winds up. Back to the inside he goes. That's going to be a tough one. It will score. Well done by Alex. 5 points. Possible set point for Alex and Julian of the Warriors. Yeah, this is a locked-in Alex.
Yeah, he's playing great so far. And how about the inside placement there from the Costado? Not too utilized in doubles, but we got him there.
A hard serve by Alex. Caught in return. What a scoop. Fake 2-all, dropped inside to score. Point and set for Alex and Julian of the Warriors. Take 2 minutes, begin our second set. Well, that certainly happened quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you figure they were going to come out firing, and there's the response. Alex and Julian getting their first set victory for the Warriors.
Some people call it fire in the belly. Some people, Alex is just, despite his talent, in addition to just being naturally talented at Jai-Alai, he plays aggressively. And that's on every court he walks on. Focus is sometimes the issue, and he's the first to admit that. He is. So if he's focused and on fire, good luck. I mean, good luck to anybody walking on the court. Well, if he's focused and on fire and wants to announce, we're screwed.
No, you're going to have to find something else to do.
Exactly. He'll snatch that microphone out from under you with the cesta.
Well, 3 of the 4 matches coming into this one, the Fireballs have won the first set, so good difference here. Warriors take set number 1, pretty decisive, 6-2. And for Urrutia Cabrera, I mean, it's not like they were playing poorly. I mean, just tremendous play by Alex. I mean, just commanding play.
And Julian back there making the stops. I mean, that's just, I mean, Alex is, right now, it's like you come up with analogies to other sports. It's like I'm going to go horse racing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a fiery thoroughbred right there. And are you going to, you want to maintain your distance before the run.
And Julian taking an extra second here will make his way back out to the court. Alex and the others already out there. Second set just about ready to begin here. Urrutia and Cabrera will have the serve.
We're ready to begin our second set. Urrutia has the serve for the Fireballs. I have not seen Alex this locked in maybe this season. I don't think. Urrutia serves. We begin. Fault over serve. Battle court allows for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Julian from the forehand. Had a little difficult time controlling it. Urrutia comes up with the ball. Alex has it. Costado 2-all blasted. Stopped by Urrutia. Urrutia going for the cortada. Hit the pad, and the pad is bad. First point of the second set goes to Alex and Julian of the Warriors. Alex serves.
Yeah, I mean, we had a pretty good view of it from back here, but you could see that ball was not on the tip as he went to make. I mean, it was more in the center of the basket, and it's just hooked the entire way.
Yeah. Urrutia picks a blasted serve, blasts one back. It scores.
Wow, right at Julian's feet.
1-1. Urrutia serves. Well, so Urrutia.
That's kind of the best opportunities for him is off the serve, and these are not easy. I mean, coming right at him, blast it.
It's not just a question not easy. They're coming so fast. And Urrutia is, like, if I think about all of the front quarters, he's about the best counter to a fiery Alex there is. Big right side. Ooh, to the outside. Cabrera gets out there, makes the catch, forehand. This one's caught on the forehand of Alex. Alex sends it, caught by Cabrera. Cabrera, backhand to Julian. Julian from the 9 line. Powerful backhand goes wall to wall. Robote coming out. Forehand Robote by Urrutia. Backhand now by Julian. Urrutia is there. Urrutia from the 8 line. Julian from the 10. Cabrera reaches up. Backhand from the 11. Julian now on the right side. Low and hard to the inside. Cabrera calls for it. Robote, that rebound off the back wall for Alex. Played to the inside, scooped up by Cabrera. Alex again, this time from the 8. What a save. Great effort by Urrutia to try to save that. Second point for Alex and Julian of the Warriors. Alex serves.
And that can't feel all too good for Cabrera, too.
Cabrera just lost it.
Some back and then you got to crouch down, duck out of the way, and
Urrutia made a great effort to try to save that. He got
as much as he could on that and barely reached the pad. What a bullet serve.
Such a hard serve by Alex, caught and returned by Cabrera. Ooh, that one went right to the corner and scores. 3 points for Alex and Julian. Alex serves. Urrutia called him off, but called him off while he was making the catch.
And it's tough, too, because that could potentially drop in the 2-up.
Cabrera on the catch. There's the backhand. Julian from the 11 line. Right side. Catch by Urrutia. Backhand. Powerfully thrown. Alex makes a save. Urrutia attacks. Winds up. Costello 2-all scores. Point for Urrutia and Cabrera. Urrutia serves.
Well, he really got that one to open up. Kind of waited for Alex to commit one way, and he did about as well as he could. I mean, in the replay.
No question about it. No, there's a degree of intensity that's really hard to describe. That ball is tipped off the serve. 3-3, Urrutia serves.
Look, coming up on him quick, but it was right to his left side off the wall.
That could have potentially been an overserve, maybe, but Alex, I mean, it was right in his kill zone. But that ball came as hard as any serve I've seen.
It really did.
Here's the catch by Julian, backhand. Caught by Cabrera. Cabrera goes deep. Robote coming out. Robote forehand. Robote save. It's a 2-all. Alex stops it and returns a carom that scores. My, oh my, what a shot. 4 points for Alex and Julian of the Warriors. Alex serves.
Everything is telling you it's going to be back to the inside. And then at the last second, you see how he turns around the knee, opens up.
No one's even close to the ball. Backhand by Cabrera. Julian makes the catch at the 12 line. Urrutia for the Robote. Alex takes it on the forehand. Looking for the 3-wall play. Urrutia calls for it. Makes the Robote to the inside. Crossing the wall, Julian. Spectacular catch on the left side. Cabrera's there. Alex up high. Cortada down low. And Cabrera's there. Backhand. Stopped by Julian. Big backhand by Julian. Robote coming out. Forehand Robote by Urrutia to pass. Forehand Robote by Alex to pass. Robote left side by Urrutia. Arrutia stops a hard throw by Julin. Powerful backhand caught on the return. Robote. Robote left side by Arrutia to the side wall, and Julin's there. Catch on the forehand of Cabrera. Cabrera goes high, crossing the wall. Robote by Alex, back to the inside. Cabrera makes the catch. Julin pulls that from the side wall, backhand. Wall to wall, out to the Robote. Arrutia back to the inside. Julin stops it on the forehand. That ball's on the wall the entire way and scores. 4-4 is the score. Arrutia serves. Yeah, I mean, Arrutia threw that hard. It was on the wall the entire. That truly Arimala. Watch this.
I think Julin was calling to say it.
See, look at
coming
that.
out.
Is yeah. That's
I mean,
that's Arimala. That's what it's called. On the wall the entire way. No. Alex has been spot on with the catching, capable of stopping that maybe, but he jumped. Hard serve by Arrutia, stopped beautifully by Julin in the backcourt. Cabrera, backhand from the 10. Robote left side. Arrutia is calling for it. Alex has it, winds up, split placement, scores.
Perfect.
5 points for Alex and Julin here in the second set. This is possible match point.
A player has really good feel when they're throwing the splitter like that. You get both players so far away from the ball. He's really reading the court well, understands his opponents, and perfectly timed. Alex has been doing it all today and a chance to win it. And Julin also, I mean, tremendous catching him in the backcourt. There's been 4 or 5 spectacular along there.
Robote left side. Alex has it. He winds up. Split placement stopped by Arrutia. 2-0 by Arrutia. Stopped by Alex. Alex blasts this back. What a catch by Cabrera. Julin will keep the point going. Backhand, wall to wall from the left side. Robote forehand rifled by Arrutia. Stopped by Julin. Julin sends it back. Arrutia's there. Stops it. Costello to the inside. Julin alone for the Robote save.
Great save.
Arrutia with control, rifles it outside. That hit the pad, and the pad is bad. Point set and match in straight sets to Alex and Julin of the Warriors, winning 6-2, 6-4.
And a big win up on the board for the Warriors, their first of the day. See if they can make it 2. Manny and Gallo step out next against Lalu and Ikeda to close out the game day.
Bradley on the move, breaking, he got there, blast the forehand, everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit. So Sherry up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
So Sherry picks it up in the front court, whips it inside. Another one.
Take a look at our season standings here. So with the win, the Fireballs will move up to 6 points ahead of that 3-way tie with the Renegades, Warriors, and Chargers. So the Warriors will still find themselves in that deadlock. And let's get the take a look at the game days remaining. So it'll be 3 game days left for the Renegades, 3 for the Warriors, and 4 for the Chargers. Looks like we have Alex and Julin over there ready to go after that win. First of the day for you guys, and really well played together as a unit. What can you take from this match and apply? Because you guys got a few down the stretch here in these final game days for the Warriors.
It wasn't our best day. It was a tough day for the Warriors. We lost our first 4 matches. But even though we already lost the game day, we knew that we needed to go out there, give our best, try to win, as we do all the time, even though if we are losing or winning. And that's what we did. Every game matters. So
yeah, a big win for you guys. See if you can add one more up next. Thank you. Lalu and Ikeda get a chance with Manny and Gallo up next.
What was that sound?
It doesn't seem like a ton of confidence in their the Division 4 team coming up next. Gallo and Manny, again, hasn't been a great season for them. 0-8. this year, but they have switched courts. Manny now up in the front with Gallo in the back. That's been the best combination. So now that you have Manny up there in the front, can control play more. Gallo can do his thing and just focus on catching in the back. But they got this Lalu and Ikeda team all power, led by Lalu up there in the front. And their 5-3 record this year. They're one of the better teams in Division 4. Just about ready to begin here. Our final match of the game day. As Julian was saying, all these matches certainly matter for the tiebreaker. And if you can escape with 2 wins today for the Warriors, I mean, given where they started, it wouldn't be all too bad. That was a tough Urrutia and Cabrera team that they just beat. And another good team out for the Fireballs right here. Ready to go. There's the whistle. We will begin our final match. We are ready to begin our final match. Lalu and Ikeda take on Manny and Gallo.
Ikeda wasn't familiar with the switch.
Well, it was recent. That did just happen.
No, it is. Ikeda hadn't paid attention. He's like, seriously?
Chain?
He's playing front?
There's the serve. We begin our final match with an ace. Yeah, Lalu and Ikeda. First point.
Anyone who knows Ikeda's sense of humor, I mean, Ikeda's just, you have Inaki who's funny. Ikeda's different type of humor, but seriously, he's playing front?
This serve crosses, and it's an ace. 2 quick points for Lalu and Ikeda. Just adding to his totals, Lalu in Division 4 leads the league 12 aces, tied with Urrutia in Division 3 with 12 as well. But tie's been broken today with those 2. Now up to 14. Gallo handles this serve. Forehand to the inside, picked off by Lalu. Manny from the inside at the 9 line. Backhand floated up. Ikeda picks it off. Lalu from the 9 line, backhand dropping low, picked off deep in the corner. That one right on the numbers. Manny watching it, stays with it, plays the rebote over the top. Lalu picks it off, moves in, throws a dropper. Not droppy enough, and he gets up there, sends it deep. Ooh, yeah, miscommunication there. That's going to get the Warriors on the board.
No, and they both know it too. Ikeda was like, I shouldn't have this in my... Well, you do have it in your cesta.
Oh, well, it was calling him off the whole way. Ikeda tried to duck out too late. Ooh, that serve dying and scoring. That's an ace. Manny ties it up. What a catch there along the wall. Gallo picks it off, floats it up high. Ikeda secures the catch. Ikeda backing up, stops it up high, sends the forehand. Rebote for Manny. Is it just above the pad? Lalu moves in, makes a stop at the 8, keeps it low along the wall. Gallo steps up. Backhand clears the screen. Rebote forehand, good control. Right on the wall.
Late
Gallo
notice.
moves up high, makes the catch on the left side. Ball tipped. Gives the lead back to the Fireballs. 3-2.
Ikeda moving well after being hit in the back with the ball and cesta. And it's literally insult to injury, because there's the injury and then there's the insult. First the ball, then the cesta.
There's Gallo from the oven line. Backhand coming right up the middle. Lalu. Karam is in.
Wow,
and
that was
it
well
scores. Blasted in, makes it 4-2.
That was a beautiful carom. Manny was on top of it, went straight outside to cover the outside. Lalu is back about the 9-10 line. Carom thrown from the forehand, hits the ground, goes straight to the screen. Well done.
serve again. Gallo handles it as across the side wall. Ikeda puts it on the numbers. Gallo watching it. Manny tries to get back in. Picks it up off the wall. Makes a rebote save. Now Gallo waiting for it at the 11. Puts it back to Lalu. He's backed up to the 10 line. Keeps it inside. Gallo gets it. Now Ikeda clears some space. Sends it up over Manny's head.
Beautiful throw.
Forehand drops between them. Crossing the wall late. Manny just lays it up. Lalu backs up. Attacking with the forehand. Keeps it low. To the inside. That scores. 5 points. Fireballs and a possible set point.
Ikeda is keeping the points alive in the backcourt, and Lalu's killing it in the front court, either with power or with shots. What we were talking about before, the role of the front court or the role of the backcourt. We don't always see that here in Battle Court, but today we are.
Oy. And he got hit by the serve, but it... I think it did... Oh, it was an underserve? It was an underserve. First fault, second serve coming up. Actually didn't hear a call at first, so I thought maybe that ended the set, as Manny may have.
So even though it hit him, but it didn't count because it was an underserve.
Yeah, I think he thought it was in. But.
Second serve.
Second serve there is good. Gallo gets in there with the forehand. Floats it up high, kicks it off the wall. Lalu, left side of Bote. Gallo reaches up, makes the stop, backhand from the 9, stays low. Lalu able to cut it off. Long rebote coming out. Lalu stays with it. Forehand dropping, picked up off the floor. Gallo back to Lalu, lunging back for that catch. Rebote forehand. Lalu takes him to the outside. Manny reaches up. Karam's there, but Ikeda tracks it down. Drop shot from the outside.
Oh, Manny
gets there. Forehand over Lalu. Tough for Bote. He saves it right to Manny. Tough one for Gallo. My, oh my. He's alone in the backcourt. Keeps it going.
Does Ikeda know Manny or
what?
what?
Bote, and that sneaks by and scores. Point and set. Lalu and Ikeda win it 6-2. 2 minutes. We'll come back and play our second set. Well, hectic.
So much just happened. I mean, so much that it was chaotic.
Yeah, that'll work.
But Ikeda has a lot of experience with Manny. He saw him winding up. He went straight for the outside. Stopped that Karam. Wow.
Well, he knows how to play Manny. Those two were partners for a couple seasons here in Battle Court. I think they were on that original Cyclones team, if I remember correctly. Ikeda and Manny, I think they were a doubles pairing back on that Cyclones team that won a championship. That was season 1 of Battle Court, which feels like years ago. It was years ago, but I mean, I can't even think back to those first seasons. I mean, played so many matches. Play has come such a long way, and we've added a few teams, a lot of players, and a whole lot of excitement to that, Stu.
Yes, we have. Changing the announcing along the way as well. That screaming session in that managers meeting, they told us to lighten up and start.
You got to get it out.
I mean, just my goodness. You know, don't just call play-by-play. We want to hear you guys talk.
That's what we're doing.
I just don't think they had to be so aggressive with their approach. That's the only issue I take. But apart from that, I think it's worked out well. Everything has changed in Battle Court. Everything.
Well, based on how I heard you talking to Joseph before the game day, I think that's it's pretty in line with how you like to be talking.
That was in a different capacity. That was not an announcer's capacity. Now I'm an announcer. I step in and out of those roles. I step in and out of those roles pretty well.
You very well.
Thank you.
Second set ready to begin here. There are the judges popping out of their cage. Ikeda.
You announced that really well. I mean, there was a lot going on.
It was a fun point.
So kudos to your announcing on that one. That was...
Thank you, Stu.
No, seriously.
As I say, I learned from you, so, you know, I'll pat you right back on the,
all right,
on the back. Second set ready to begin. You did it, folks. We don't have a camera to show you.
We do, and
No,
we don't
we
want
don't.
to see it.
There's the serve. We begin with an underserve. First fault, second serve coming up. Ready and tight. Forehand rebote laid up inside. Manny runs around it. Here's the forehand. A cortada scores. Manny and Gallo get the first point of set 2.
Beautiful cortada thrown low and hard inside and scoring.
Forehand kicks off the wall. Lined up by Gallo. Alou takes his time over the top. Nice high scoop. But the backhand got away. That's up and out of play. 1-1. We are tied up.
Could not clear the overhead screen.
That's just under. First fault. Second serve coming up.
Serves so hard. I mean, I know Manny got drilled with that first one, but we've had 2 players get hit today.
Forehand to the inside. Ikeda ducks out of the way. Lalu comes back and saves the rebote. Gallo, nice catch. Backhand. Lower to the inside. Ikeda steps in front of him. Takes Gallo to the outside of the court. Sends it up high off the front wall. Ikeda committed to the catch. Makes it. Floats the forehand back now. Gallo reaches in along the side wall. Ikeda in the middle of the court. Forehand crosses. Gallo watching it. Manny is the one that makes the save. Turns it back over the top inside, reaching way up. Now Ikeda forehand from the 9 line. Picked off inside. Now Alou comes back, calls him
dropping.
off. Sweeps the rebote save up off the ground. Manny moves in, takes a look outside. Sends it up high. Alou has got a play on it. Shoots it powerfully. That opens. Gallo. Oh, just can't clear the screen. Had it for a moment, but that's out of play.
The momentum of the ball coming off of the back wall really is going to set up what the rebote is going to look like. You can turn their defensive rebotes, their offensive rebotes. All has to do with how fast the ball is coming and where it is spatially.
Catch inside from Ikeda. Manny reaching back. Stops it at the 10. Now Alou in the middle of the court gets it to the costado. Straight inside. Ball missed.
That really worked for Lalu in the earlier match. Those costados to the inside. I forget who was the back quarter? I can look on my sheet, I guess.
Against Manny?
Against Manny, yeah. It was really working against Manny earlier.
Great pickup. Ikeda gets in there with the left side. Tries to get past Manny, who steps back at the 10, cuts it off, backhand to the outside. Oh, that came up on Ikeda. Still made the catch. Manny shoots a cortada. That scores. Second point for the Warriors.
There's a perfect example back here of the ball rolling up into the hand portion of the cesta. Sometimes that's seen as juggling, but it's not. Never lost contact with the surface of the cesta. Cater was looking for that pad call, and there was none to be found.
Rotate coming up the middle. Manny keeps it on the right side, plays it back. Now Ikeda. Rotate left side, opens up to the middle of the court. Lalu takes a look, sends it up high, tries to pass
Great
Gallo.
catch.
Ooh, he's not going to let him. Great leaping grab. Catch inside. There's Ikeda. Backhand sent up. Along the wall,
Great
Gallo
catch again.
picks it off. Now a forehand, dropping it. Oh, Manny's feet lets it pass. Gallo scoops it up, but the backhand at half control sends it up and out of play. 4 points and the serve.
This overhead screen has just been collecting Gallo balls. Gallo trying to pass, trying to get the ball to the back wall over his opponent's head. It's just been kicking up and hitting that overhead screen.
Well, missed off the serve. That gives the Fireballs 5 points. Possible set, a possible match point.
That happened quick.
That's an overserve. Just past the 7 line. Second serve coming up. Gallo. Right over Walu's head. Ikeda picks it off in that corner. Gallo now beyond the 13. Ikeda again with that backhand dropping low. Gallo steps up, makes the play. Now Ikeda comes charging in. Forehand over the top, looking across the wall. Gallo
Beautiful catch.
stops it. The backhand 2-wall comes in, and it lands out.
Finally
Point.
won his way.
Set and match. Walu and Ikeda take it in. Straight set, 6-2, 6-2, and a big day for the Fireballs. They win it 5-1. We'll hear from our winners, Lalu and Ikeda, in just a few moments.
All right, boys, who we betting on?
However you bet, whoever you are, the sportsbook for every kind of player. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Here with our winners, Lalu and Ikeda. What a great way to finish. Just a strong day for your Fireballs. All smiles for you. How are you feeling after this result, 5-1?
Well, finally happy.
Yeah.
We have been struggle a couple of matches, a couple of day matches, but today we got the win and happy for the whole team and continue on the board, you know.
Yeah, now you guys have, 2 game days left. You guys are up in 3rd place. What's it going to take here to close it out and maintain that spot?
Still playing aggressive, you know. Even though we have bad days, we have been playing aggressive. Hopefully, we get to the quarterfinals, finals. You know, it's gonna be good.
Well, Stu wants to know. He's got a question. How's the back feeling after taking that hit?
Right now, it's good, Stu. We'll see. I'm gonna jump in the hot tub right now, and hopefully tomorrow is better.
Awesome, guys. Great performance there to close it out. 5-1. Big day for the Fireballs. Thank you, Lalu and Ikeda both. Let's take a look at our standings here before we close it out. So, with that move, the Fireballs now in 3rd place, 6 points, half a point outside of 2nd, but you got the Cyclones still up at the top. And now you got a 3-way tie there with the Chargers with 1 extra game day to play compared to the Warriors and Renegades. Speaking of the Renegades, they will be in action tomorrow night against the Chargers. Huge game day for both. We'll be back here at 5 p.m. to settle it. We'll see you then.